Alright, hello and welcome back, you guys. We are continuing with our second game here for tonight, which is Taisho Romance Theater. This is one that I was also very much looking forward to. I might turn it down just a bit on this end. Yeah, this is another mystery visual novel. I will say it definitely had like, kind of like, I guess like a gore warning on it. But so like, yeah, basically to be warned, there might be a little bit of disturbing imagery in this one, might be some gore stuff. So just if you're sensitive to that, just take care of yourself, do what you gotta do. Yeah, hang in there. Will not judge anybody if it does get like actually intense and you need to jump out. That's completely fine. How many demos are you playing this stream, Aqua? I'm aiming for 4. We'll see how it goes though. May not get to play every single demo in full, but I will at least be attempting to play as many as I can. We're gonna do our best. But yeah, I guess let's go ahead and... Oh wait, I should also link to this one's store page on Steam. That is something that I should definitely be doing. So here is Taisho Romance Theater on Steam, if you guys are interested in checking out the store page for yourselves. I'm totally not trying to buy time until my wig comes back. Totally not. Totally not. It's fine. It's fine. 2 more minutes left. 2 more minutes. Alright. I think I might be dreaming. Warm, soft darkness wraps around me. In the boundless distance, specks of light glimmer like emeralds. I drift in this amniotic blackness, which bathes my bare eyes, ears, nose, and mouth in bliss. As that brilliant jade hue engulfs my body, the stars begin to blink in unison. I did this a little bit big in the studio mode, so let me adjust just a tiny bit. There we go, that's better. From the furthest depths from within me, from such an intimate darkness, rises a chorus of sighs, so familiar that it brings tears to my eyes. Ah, here you are. Something brushes gently against my cheek, delicate as a feather. It stirs a breath of air that leaves ripples in my vision. Even smaller than I thought, so it's been this long. Lots of, like, breathing noises. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, all that breathing. I want to open my mouth to ask whose voice this is, but what reaches my senses, even before the voice, is a taste. Oh, thank God, my hair. Bitter and impossible to describe. Why can't I remember your name, no matter how hard I try? At some point, I'm not sure when, that feather-like sensation gently settled over my face. This is the sound I make when I'm on the Copian Redeem. Why are you making that face? It's not like you at all. It's me, the ventilation here sucks. Hang in there, awesomer. I'd like to gaze at you a little more, but this place is not for you. I'm sorry to have troubled you. Hotori Sakuma. Next time we meet, don't forget me. Wonder if it was maybe somebody on, like, life support? With the breathing noises? That is, like, my first guess. It's my first guess. Hotori. My head hurts. It's calling me. Oh, hello. Are you alright? Come on, wake up. Voice tinged with concern. Someone gently shaking my shoulder. I pry my eyes open. The familiar interior of the car swims into view, and so does Kazuya, his feet taut with worry. Thoughts and memories fall back into place. The din outside seeps through the windows as the car speeds along a road lined with gas street lamps. We're on our way to our new residence in Ginza. The troop leader, Kazuya, seems intent on settling down in Tokyo this time. I really like the art style in this one too. It was something that definitely caught my eye a ton when I saw the email for it. It's like, ooh, all the stark blacks and whites with just like the bit of pop of color in the designs. Very unique, very interesting to look at. Really creates like a mood and a tone to it. No, I'm fine. I guess I just overslept. I couldn't wake you at all. Were you having a nightmare? My body is still sluggish from sleep, and cold, clammy sweat clings to my skin. In the car window, I see my reflection, haggard and drawn. Maybe I did dream of something. No matter how I try, I can't dredge up the faintest memory of it. I glance at Kazuya. Anxiety is still written all over his face. He's been so pale lately. For a moment, I can't tell which one of us looks more like they've just escaped from a nightmare. I'd better not worry him. I like this expression. That's a good one. It's nothing. I'm just a bit tired. What about you? You didn't get any rest either. You look even worse than me. You were tossing and turning in your sleep. I thought you were having another flare-up. Another flare-up? Ah, maybe we were sick. As long as you're fine now, that's all that matters. It's been a whole year. Can't expect everything to be like it was back then. Flare-ups, that's a long story. We were supposed to arrive in Tokyo a year ago to begin our tour. But maybe that's how accidents are, with no rhyme or reason. Something happened to our train that day, and I hit my head during the accident, so I can't recall much from before. Literally awesomer. A whole year since the accident. The accident 1 year ago. By some stroke of luck, no one else in the troupe was seriously injured. Only I was knocked unconscious for quite a while, leaving me with some headaches that come and go. Since then, Kazuya has gotten overly worried about me. His own health has been getting worse too, though he's still in good spirits. Just like Hatsuyuki, she claims it's only from the shock. Whenever I say to take it easy or get some rest, she either doesn't answer or changes the subject. I typed that and then immediately saw that as I answered it. That's so funny. How'd you know? Well, I'll get some proper rest once the premiere is over. Things are fine for now. Thank you for caring so much about me. Anyway, Tokyo seems to have changed again. Did the tracks run this far out last time? It's quite the sight. How does it feel to be back after so long? Kazuya's words leave me at a loss. Everyone says I grew up in Tokyo, but I have only the most fleeting impression of this vast city. Also, this might be a problem with all big cities, but everything here feels suffocating. The buildings, the railway lines, the bustling throngs. Do I really fit in here? What was that? Nothing. Well, if you really want to know, I'm just a bit worried. Why this all of a sudden? Can't possibly be the only troupe in Tokyo, can we? So that's what's bothering you. We'll be fine. With you and Hatsuyuki here, all we need to do is keep doing what we've done during the tours. But I suppose it's good that you're so nervous. Who's nervous? Alright, have it your way. Well, Hamuro-sensei gave me the script a couple of days ago. Want to go over it together tonight? Hamuro-sensei came back? Hamuro-sensei is a playwright on good terms with Kazuya. Kazuya has always held them in high regard and entrusted them with the script this time. Although Hamuro-sensei is technically a member of the troupe too, they've always been elusive. I haven't seen them a single time in almost a week on the road. That's kind of crazy. I thought we would be waiting a while longer. It's just that no one told me. Sorry, I was planning to tell you once we got settled, since we've been on the go lately. Rest has to come first. Oh, Nihonbashi, we're almost there. Not this again. Fine, I'll let you off this time. So this is Ginza. The closer we get to Ginza, the more I can sense Tokyo's opulence. Big city. My only real impression of the crowds, but here at least, the extreme value of every square foot of land is almost tangible. Living in a place like this, Kazuya said we'd have an investor's backing, but I still can't help feeling uneasy. Rent's gonna be expensive, not to mention the car rental fee. We used to pinch pennies to make ends meet. Thoughts drift further and further away, and by the time I regain my focus, Kazuya has already moved on to another topic. Oh, did I ever tell you about where we'll be staying? Sorry, what? Apart from mentioning it's in Ginza, he never brought it up. Must have slipped his mind with everything going on. The house we're staying in. Half the ground floor is rented out to a cafe. I hear it's quite a popular spot. Ooh, that sounds real nice. Though coffee isn't really a novelty in Tokyo anymore, their fresh fruit ice cream is one of a kind. Ooh! I remember you and Hatsuyuki loved this back in school. We were the only ones who could afford it. Oh, we were the rich kids. I almost say, isn't it kind of weird eating cold treats in winter? But the look on Kazuya's face somehow stops the words in my throat. It's like he's lost in memories. Huh. Maybe I really did love those little treats back then. I'll try it if I get the chance. We've still got some way to go. Anything else on your mind? Ooh, tell me more about the old days. Why the sudden interest? Where to begin? I guess I'll start with how things were before the troupe came together. We first met in Sasaki-sensei's piano class. Always had that stony face, looking so glum. You couldn't really hold a conversation, so Hatsuyuki tried every trick to make you smile. Found out you liked ice cream only because she dragged you to try out the nearby cafe. You barely said a word, but you weren't shy with the food, so... my kind of guy. Then you blurted something out, which is how we learned that you just thought it was so cool. Hey. As much as I'd love to shoot this down, that does sound like the kind of thing I do. Judging from Kazuya's expression, he could keep going. No, I don't think that'll go well. Let's leave it at that. Anything else? How have you two been lately? You and Hatsuyuki both look so worn out every day, and your mind's always wandering. You aren't keeping anything from me, are you? Nah, let him cook. I think it'd be fun. I would love to hear Kotori's embarrassing past. But he doesn't want me to. Boo! Can't believe I was the only one who got a concussion while surrounded by everyone. Anyways, thanks for holding my brick for me. Odd. No, why would we? I haven't even said anything and you're getting all worked up. Sorry, I just what? I was teasing you earlier, but the truth is I also... And while we've had so many delays getting to Tokyo, I didn't want to bring down the morale. Kazuya forces a smile, but it seems rather strained. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have pushed you like that. You know you can talk to me about these things. Yes, I know you worry about me too. Thank you. I can tell you have more questions, don't you? What's the script out? Yeah, what kind of play are we doing? Hamuro-sensei said it's based on your... Right, you don't remember. You once brought back a manuscript of an old play from quite a long time ago. Hamuro-sensei took a look and said it was very inspiring. Apparently this new script was influenced by it. Brought what? Or that? Yes, but it was ages ago, back when the troupe was just getting started. Later you gave the manuscript to Hamuro-sensei. If you want it back, I'll ask them for it when it returns, or when they return. Kazuya. Sometimes I think he really takes things too seriously. It's fine, no need to bother. As we speak, the car makes a turn past a cafe sign. It veers away from the bright, bustling main street and comes to a stop in a narrow alley. All that glitter and glamour vanishes abruptly, along with the words I meant to say. Ooh, it's snowing. Wintertime. The alley is deserted but neatly swept. The space before the doorway is lit by the dim glow of a yellow lamp. Cars carrying the other members are already parked up ahead, and people are moving back and forth with luggage. Alright, let's go. I didn't even notice Kazuya get out. The coat draped over his arm adds to his gentlemanly air as he opens the car door on my side. Never mind. It's cold. After so long inside the warm car, it slipped in my mind how biting the wind would be. I hurriedly scrambled back to grab my jacket, but Kazuya beats me to it. He shakes out the coat he's holding and wraps it around me. Oh, yaoi moment. Buttons my collar, takes a step back and looks me over head to toe, then nods in seeming satisfaction. There we go. His faint scent of alcohol and antiseptic is now more noticeable than ever. Oh, alcohol and antiseptic. Interesting. Yeah, bro is tall. The chilly air still brushes against my exposed skin, but for some reason I feel as if I'm burning up instead. I'll go in first. Trying to shake off this odd atmosphere, but as I hastily barge ahead, I forget to pay attention to my surroundings. Before I know it, I've crashed headlong into a young man. There's nothing more yaoi than being a gentleman to your bro. Exactly, you get it, Awesomer. You understand. It's not the pain that hits first, but a strange, cloyingly sweet smell, like rotting fruit. Sorry, I wasn't watching where I was going. Are you alright, Sakuma-san? Kotori, are you okay? I'm fine. Sorry about that. I'm just glad you're okay. Let me carry those up for you. Time for a break at last. After unpacking the last suitcase, I've got no energy left for etiquette. I collapse onto the sofa, utterly spent. Dang, we didn't get a proper introduction to who that other guy was. Interesting. Leaning against the soft cushion, I stare blankly at the ceiling light for a while until I feel myself gradually reviving. And the gifts I brought. Gifts with the Polonia seals. Ooh. Still a jumbled heap in the corner. The Polonia seals unwrapping gleam under the light. I receive these gifts every month. I practically have the pattern memorized down to the last detail. They leave me inexplicably irritated. Oh. To be honest, I have no clue who's sending them. Kazuya told me they've been arriving backstage ever since my debut performances. Always stamped with the same Polonia seal. Interesting. We've got a big fan, huh? Also a little scary in some ways. It's most likely some young master or lady from a distinguished family, since they get to use an emblem, but their taste is unfathomable. Most of the gifts just end up collecting dust. Hopefully they're not a stalker, hopefully. I don't know though, I'm getting a little vibe. Look at the time. Oh, I'm so curious though, what are they getting you as gifts? I want to know. Kazuya's probably waiting at the rehearsal room by now. Forget it, I'll deal with this stuff later. Oh, my hair's fine. I turn to glance behind me. It's empty. Nothing there at all. Was that just my imagination? Why am I getting so paranoid? Hey, been waiting long? I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh no, not it. Numenon! Thank you for the resub! For 21 months, that's crazy! Thank you so much, Numenon. I appreciate the continued support so much. Oh my god, you're getting close to 2 years. That's incredible. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very, very, very much. I hope you're having a great night. Welcome on in, Numenon. Not at all. Really, wouldn't it be better to take a break tonight instead? I reflexively touch my face. Kazuya notices and can't help but laugh. Don't worry, you haven't got eye bags. Here's the script. Why don't you take a look first? He hands me a stack of neatly bound papers, the cover entirely blank. Ooh. Got any rice? Oh my, Takumi-sama, you've come at an unfortunate time. The aged rice is long gone. All that's left is the grain from the new harvest. The bites. The lacrichera bites. Glad you're enjoying your emotes, Numenon. Not a single bag. Not a single bag. If you want some, you'll have to come earlier tomorrow. And ready your purse, for the price has risen by 1 sen. Fine, fine. I've still got dried fish at home. And a change is good for the appetite. It's no big deal. I'm off. No need to see me out. This is very stylish. I like this. Take care, sir. Penniless wretch. How long will radish leaves and dried fish fill your stomach? Whoa! Ah, Sensei, you're getting distracted again. My apologies, You've seemed down lately because of the unpaid wages? You're still a student. You needn't worry about these things. I'll be here for class, no matter what. No, I'm not thinking about school. It's just that I saw a job advertisement the other day for a newspaper. I was thinking, you write such fine essays, Sensei. Wouldn't hurt to give it a try, don't you think? And it pays so well. But it's been years since That doesn't matter, Sensei. There are lots of students eager to try their luck and in urgent need of your guidance. I'm out of firewood. The rice, too. Where did these rats come from? Not a grain spared. Oh no, not the rice. And there's still the rent. Is it true? With no money, is there no hope? Man, you called someone else a penniless wretch, but look at you. You're not doing that much better. Gaming creature, thank you. He will help me through this marathon. Thank you, Numenon. At least this pen can still write. In late spring, as warmth swiftly returns to the land, I receive an invitation from an old friend, and thus I journey to a temple within the mountains to behold the weeping cherry in full bloom. How have you been? He inquires of me. Brokey calling out his fellow Brokey, oh my god. Perhaps due to the handy wine, or the petals that float within my cup, I find myself wholly intoxicated. Sweet, the deepest truths of my soul, it seems, can only be broken amidst such sweet scenery. Why is it cut off? Kazuya doesn't seem surprised. Maybe it's a misprint? Never mind. I'll improvise for now. Maybe... I say, never did I think the pursuit of happiness would be so exhausting. Wait, what? As soon as I speak that line, the remaining text is swept away by some unseen force. Its place, black lines writhe and squirm across the page, weaving themselves into new words faster than I can blink. Huh? Magic script? What? My blood feels like it's boiling, surging through my veins, searing my throat. Pain blazes like I'm swallowing flames, as if raw flesh is being torn from my mouth to feed those growing black lines. My mind goes blank. I manage to come to and flip ahead a few pages. The text is settled into a coherent story. There's no remaining traces of the distortion from before, huh? My friend's face is steeped in the glow of dusk, and a faint memory stirs. This concussion gave him dyslexia. No, poor guy. Don't know if that's how dyslexia works, though. Well, it's not how it goes. My eyes are fine. Am I haunted or something? Dull ache blooms in my head. My temples draw tight and pounding. Those black marks imprinted on my retina still twitch spasmodically in the corners of my vision. When I create a line so fire, reality has to edit it in. God, I wish. But as soon as I focus my gaze, they turn into perfectly ordinary blocks of type, lying completely still. It's as if this is how they've always been, as if everything I just saw was a mere illusion. My dazed look must be too obvious. Kazuya puts down his script with that mix of confusion and concern back on his face. Is that all for today? My eyes kind of hurt. Sorry, I've crumpled pages. You'd better take a break first. It's my fault. I should have made sure you got enough rest before talking about the script. I'll bring you a new copy when you're feeling better, alright? I really don't want Kazuya worrying about me. Before I know it, a lie comes rolling off my tongue to cover things up. Get it. It's better to have him think I'm tired than to have him know I might be losing my mind. Otori? Thanks, that sounds good. But I still need to read the script. Can I borrow yours for now? Oof. Dude, you're losing it. As the cold water splashes my face, there's a belated flare of pain in my forehead. Kazuya's copy of the script is also the altered version, but he wouldn't joke around like this, and he couldn't possibly be in cahoots with me to trick myself. Everything seems as though it's always been this way. That thing I saw in the mirror. What is going on? It's like curses and hauntings might not just be flights of fancy after all. Oh, Kotori. Hey, superstar, you don't look good. I like this design a lot. All the white, very pretty. Has Kazuya been giving you a hard time? Hatsuyuki. Oh, okay, this is Hatsuyuki. I kind of wondered because, you know, Hatsuyuki, first snow, all the white. Only the sound of that familiar voice makes me realize I've been in a trance here for who knows how long. The troop's leading actress blinks at me. She's standing before me. Her green eyes as vivid as two emeralds against her pallid skin, their gaze locked unwaveringly on my face. When did you get here? Oh, wait, did you get any rest? A little wink in the sparkle. Cute. Huh? When? Oh, I guess around the time a certain Kotori was spacing out and his stomach started growling. Growling? Alright, let's grab a bite to eat. You can't sleep on an empty stomach, and just think of it as keeping me company, okay? Hatsuyuki takes my hand and pulls me off the sofa with a gentle tug, like a snare closing around a fledgling. Her hand is so cold, but her eyes stay fixed on me, narrowed slightly at the corners, like a cat or a bird or a fox or some other sharp and sly creature waiting for my response. I can't exactly recall how close we used to be, as classmates and friends. Despite that, I think I could lose my memory all over again and still be helpless to refuse her. How about the cafe next door? Shall we? Cute. Oh, this is some nice cheerful music. It's kind of nice. Cafe's fireplace is lit. We're here right at dinner time. The air is rich with warmth and the aroma of food, perfect for soothing strained nerves. It's been a while since we last shared a meal. Thinking about it, as I nestle into a soft armchair in the corner, that feels like a lifetime ago. Hatsuyuki calls the server over for the menu. While I flip through it, she props her chin on her hand, staring straight at me. I give in, closing the menu and raising it to shield my face. I think I hear her laugh. The sound drifts across the table and winds its way into my ears. I'll have soda water and a sandwich, thanks. What about you? Yeah? This one, I guess. Yeah, she's very cute. I like her. Very immediately charming character, which is good. It sounds like that's exactly what she's supposed to be, and I feel like it must be hard to nail that kind of feeling on a character introduction right away. There's a rustle from her side, then the menu is plucked from my hands. Hatsuyuki stacks the two hefty folders together and passes them to the waiting server. Once the server is gone, her gaze returns to me, her expression abruptly serious. Alright, enough of that. What's with you today? You seem so out of it. You're giving me a real scare. Oops. Oops, we're accidentally, I don't know how we're managing to auto through. I turned it on by accident. Maybe not. Did my eyes trick me? I thought I saw more text go by. Maybe they tricked me? Not like Kazuya. I won't just let you get away with an I'm fine. Her tone is light, but I know that she means it. There's no bluffing my way out from under that gaze. Not today. I'm not sure where to start. Then start from, arriving in Tokyo. How about that? If you say so. It's Hatsuyuki's gentle eyes trained on me. A feeling slowly stirs. Sense that it might not be too bad to talk about this after all. Aqua's also seen distorted text. That's part why I was like, that's not a part of the game, is it? Is that just me? Did anybody else see it? Is that just part of the game? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. When I finish my last sentence, Hatsuyuki is still watching me, silent and solemn. After a while, she smiles. There's something a little uncanny about it. Had any dreams lately? When I fall asleep in the car, I think I dreamed about something really important. I can't remember what it was. Let me think. I'm sure you've heard all sorts of Japanese legends about gods and spirits, haven't you? There are more deities up in Takamagahara than there are grains of rice in a vat. Ooh, that was a rough one for me to say right off the bat. I did my best. Wait, are you serious? Since your surname is Sakuma, I'd say that's the most likely possibility. Here, hold up your hand. Block the light for me. What's Sakuma got to do with it? Even as I think this to myself, I'm already reaching out to enfold her small, cold hand in mine. That odd flowing sensation revives within me, a restless current which seems to be drawn towards something, but without the searing pain from before. Whoa! What? In Hatsuyuki's hands, specks of light emerge from nowhere. They flicker briefly, as if kneaded by an invisible force, then they condense into a little bird that glows with faint blue light. Huh? Yon birds with downy gray feathers graze against my fingertips, leaving an airy wisp of warmth. Perches on Hatsuyuki's palm, head cocked to the side, looking very much like a duck. Is that... Swan? When I finally managed to stutter out those words, Hatsuyuki burst into uncontrollable laughter, her shoulders heaving with mirth. Girl, what you... Oh? In the blink of an eye, the little bird dissolves back into specks of light and fades with her chuckle. Huh? It's a duck. It's just a duck. But the point is, that's how it feels, isn't it? Something is about to burst out from within you, and you have strange visions. Yes. Are we just gonna move on from her manifesting a duck of light? Shouldn't that be more questions? Right, we've still got some time before the food comes, so I'll tell you a thing or two. Huh? What you bear is an inborn talent. Gods generously bestow their dregs upon the lucky few, and so we gain a sliver of power. Power that was never truly ours to wield. Who can say if it's a blessing or a curse? But it invariably grants us some special abilities. Of course, it's passed down through the bloodline. That part isn't great. I'm not sure what exact terminology is used in Japan, but anyway, just think of it as sorcery, Onmyodo or Shinto magic, that sort of thing. According to most, let's call them mages. According to most mages, there are two kinds of magic. One kind can be wielded by mages through study, though it still involves some simple rituals. The other is a unique magic, born from the fusion of oneself with these dregs. It's known as a talent. Even within a single family, no two people share the same talent. I don't know what your talent is, but it's best to keep that to yourself. Maybe she's got... that's her deal? And that's because most mages have a strict taboo against magic that deals with the soul, or life and death. If everyone were to treat life and death so carelessly, the world would be thrown into chaos. That kind of magic also takes a tremendous toll on the body. My point is, keep your secrets, even from me. If the burden upon the body you're here, Hatsuyuki lifts a hand and taps her temple. Becomes too great, a mage's flesh will gradually mutate into a more primitive state until they transform into a monster, mindless and deathless. Most call this process reversion, and so far there seems to be no way to undo it. That's a crazy lore dump. Okay. You mentioned earlier that I'm named Sakuma, so that's why you brought it up? Oh no, a distortion. Just like I carry the name Barya Kinskaya. The Sakuma family is renowned in Japan too, after all. Whew, my gosh, really challenging my pronunciation here. When we first met, you were just an ordinary person. Never expected it to turn out like this. Maybe it was that accident. I failed to protect everyone. Huh? Hatsuyuki's voice gradually lowers and her expression clouds. Fingers twist together. Accidents can't be predicted. It's just how they are. The waiter arrives with the tray and starts to arrange the dishes before us. Only then does this transient space of ours awaken from its heavy silence. The sandwich exudes just the right amount of heat, and the wheaten aroma of the toast mingles evenly with the fragrance of the scrambled eggs and steak. Combined with the lettuce sprinkled with sauce, it all sparks a rare thought within me. That seems worth a try. Nice egg sandwich. Before Hatsuyuki sits a plate of konjac, drizzled with black syrup. She frowns as she struggles to swallow an entire piece. Oh, girl! She once said that she hates this sort of thing since it's like biting into a limpid, slimy slug. Oh, God, I'm never going to be able to forget that imagery. I might be making my doubts too apparent. After catching her breath with a gulp of lemonade, Hatsuyuki begins to speak, uncharacteristically hesitant. Don't give me that look. I need to keep in shape these days. I don't want to have to adjust my costume later. How do you like the food here? Well, my tongue's having a pretty good time. Is that so? Good. Alright, tomorrow do you want to go check out the theater Kazuya booked for our performance? We can try and get up on stage. Who knows, it might help set the mood. And satisfy curiosity? And satisfy my curiosity. She's very cute. I'm still drinking my soda as Hatsuyuki forces down the plate of konjac, settles the bill, and thrusts her hand out the door to catch the falling snowflakes. She's always had impeccable table manners. That konjac must have really put her off. I pull on my coat, doing up the buttons as I pass through the motley crowd loitering in the cafe, until a strangely familiar figure brings my feet to a standstill. Oh? It's a girl clad in an ornate gown, expressionlessly sipping her drink. The red and gold flare of her skirt reminds me of a fish gliding through dark water. What? Huh. Her table is laden with dishes, and a maid stands next to her, slicing the food. The girl's back remains fastidiously straight. Even her spoon swirls through the coffee without a sound. Ooh, she's very pretty though. Ooh, like the red gloves. But when the golden eyes turn my direction, a shiver runs through me like a serpent just clamped down on my neck. Oh man, yeah, she's rich and hungry. Snapping back to myself, I flee. I shove open the cafe door and put its bulk between me and her gaze. Oh? Do you have such a reaction to her? What's up? Why the rush? Nothing. We should get back. Hatsuyuki saunters down the street with me in tow. The sky is darkened and a thin layer of snow carpets the ground, already melting in the warm air issuing from the storefronts, and then freezing again to form the slick ice beneath our feet. Round the corner, a simple udon stall sits at the mouth of the alley. The rich scent of oil and soy sauce bubbles forth. It brings some touch of life to the otherwise deserted alleyway. Even from this distance, I can hear the drunken hubbub at the stall. Chief, can you keep it down? What? So that bastard can dump this hot potato in my lap and I can't say a damn thing about it? How's this even supposed to work? He claims he's got no connections, so he thinks I've got enough to deal with that old fox's tricks? We don't have any other choice. Shibata-kun, as soon as something comes up, you're always cringing with your tail between your legs. Knock it off. Well, it's not like I can handle this either. Tell me, what the hell does he want from us? The kid refuses to go home. What am I supposed to do, break his legs and drag him back? Oh? What a shit show. Guess I've just gotta put up with it. Chief, please, that's enough. The inebriated woman suddenly swivels, like she has eyes in the back of her head, and shoots a glance right at us. Then she gives the young man next to her a hard smack on the shoulder. Oh, Chief! What a pair. Whatever, just eat your noodles. By the time we skirt round those two drunkards and make our way back to the lodgings, night has fully descended. Interesting. Sounds like they're dealing with maybe a runaway that doesn't want to go back or something? Ahead of me, Hatsuyuki quietly nudges the door ajar. Then, like a squirrel, she slips through the narrow gap. Warm air billows out from within, and a faint tingling ache slowly returns to my cheeks, numb from the cold wind. It's pitch black indoors. I can hear scattered rustling sounds. Huh? Where are all the lights out? Hatsuyuki and I are back. Where's everyone? 1, 2... Whoa! Welcome home, Sakuma-kun! Golden flakes and colorful ribbons cascade from above, accompanied by the clicking of a light switch. It's a birthday party for you! Troop members pop out of hiding in every corner of the first floor like mushrooms after rain, their hands still dusted with flecks of gold. Seizing the moment, Hatsuyuki swiftly wraps her arms around my shoulders, leaving me no chance to dodge the ensuing flurry of embraces. You guys, what's going on here? Of course we're celebrating the grand finale of our Emerald Eye Troops National Tour, Tokyo! Sure, we ran into some delays this year and didn't get to schedule any shows, but from Kyoto to Nagoya to Osaka to Tokyo, oh, and all those little towns in between, we've been going strong for 2 whole years. It's been rough. Welcome, Raiders from Toxicure! Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Hello. My name is Aqua Sereni, and I'm a mermaid VTuber who traded her brain cells for legs. Tonight, I am doing some games for the Choose Wisely Festival, featuring narrative and branching narrative games with meaningful choices. I hope you had a great stream. Ooh, you were playing the Murder Hotel. I don't think I've heard of that one, but it sounds interesting. I hope you had a great stream. Thank you for coming on in, and it's very nice to meet you. Of course, if you need to take a break after stream, you need to run and get some food, water, or rest, or anything, don't feel obligated to stick around, but otherwise, it's nice to have you and your community here. I would love to hear about how you're doing and how your stream was if you feel like sharing. Welcome, welcome in. Right now we're playing Taisho Romance Theater. It is a mystery visual novel about a theater troupe, and we play as, let's see, is my mouse showing up? It is not. Well, oh, there we go. This guy right here, Kotori, who's been, he was in a mysterious accident 1 year ago, and sounds like his memories might be messed up. So we're just kind of figuring out what's going on with him and his troupe. They've just arrived in Tokyo. They're celebrating. It's the end of their national tour. Very, very exciting for them. But I have a feeling something bad might happen. Arubatani-kun and I spent the whole day unpacking and settling in before we could even think about pulling this off. And wow, our costumes won't even fit inside 2 huge wardrobes now. Who would have thought? Everything from Moliere to Shakespeare, but we didn't notice it at the time. It's only when you start taking stock of all the costumes and props that it really hits you. There's more. He accidentally fell into the brick room and now words are real. Yeah, the scripts are changing on him, things are weird. Crazy stuff's happening. Alright, we're also celebrating that the Fool's Feast is already sold. How many tickets was it? It's a full house. 800 seats plus the VIP boxes on the balcony. That's a lot of sold tickets. That's right, on opening night. Even after laying low for nearly a year, people still remember us. Naniwa's vibrant voice practically drills through my eardrums into my skull. I curse myself for not having 2 extra hands to shield my ears against the onslaught of sound waves. Enough of that. And there seems to be loyal fans of the troupe visiting from elsewhere. They've come all this way just to see this performance. Whoa. It's all thanks to our leader and everyone, and of course Sakuma-kun especially, or else we wouldn't be doing this well. Guys, that's enough! Huh? What's the matter? Could it be our hotshot leading man who sells out entire theaters is shy about being so popular? Get teased. Don't you join in too? But of course, who can resist this awkward look of Kotori's when he's obviously over the moon but thinks it's uncool to get excited about compliments? Oh my god. He's kinda moe. Kotori's kinda moe. Hatsuyuki lays bare my exact thoughts with a grin, and as Kazuya and the others laugh, the heat rising to my face might be enough to steam me alive. Alright, my cake is ready. I'm not late, am I? You're all in such a good mood. What are you chatting about? Miko-san. Oh, Miyako-san. You've gotten into Western desserts now on top of all the Japanese cooking? Since when? This cake, it can't be. I learned from the cafe owner next door. We just got here, dang. A celebration needs something special. You like this flavor, don't you? Before you get into that, Matsuo couldn't sneak in a bite, I saw him! I'm just sampling the flavor. It came out great. You guys, cut it out! I haven't had any yet! After the whirlwind of chaos, all that remains is an empty plate and cutlery smeared with cream. One by one, Kazuya persuades everybody to return to their rooms since it's getting late. The first floor, so lively a while ago, now hosts only Hatsuyuki and me, along with the scattered remnants of gold flakes, ribbons, and confetti. Every iota of strength has drained from my body. My eyelids are so heavy they can barely stay open. I'm so tired. It's going to be such a hassle cleaning this up. Hatsuyuki chuckles when she hears this. Well, it's a celebration after all. It was Naniba's idea, so let's leave the cleanup to him. What matters is that we all had fun. Oh, I like the, style of these little sketch cut-ins. That's really pretty and cute. I like that. She skips light-footed up the stairs, then whirls back, wreathed by the lights, and waves at me. Okay, I still need to have a chat with Kazuya. It's been a long day. You better get some rest, superstar. We've still got that theater trip tomorrow. Oof. I really am exhausted. Back in my room, I can't even be bothered to wash up or get changed properly. Almost as soon as my head sinks into the soft bedding, sleep engulfs my eyes. Perhaps because so much happened today, my sleep is flooded with a dizzying array of fragmented dreams. When next I open my eyes, the room is still shrouded in darkness. My body feels like lead, and a sharp, sour taste clings to the back of my tongue. I'm so thirsty. What time is it? I switch on the bedside lamp. The warm glow of the bulb sheds a dim amber light across the room. The desk clock emits a steady mechanical ticking. In the faint light, I can just make out the hour hand pointing to 11. I shut my eyes and try to will myself back to sleep. But my mind only grows more and more alert, and every sense sharpens with it. Oh, I hate when this sort of thing happens. Easy way to get stuck awake when you really don't want to be. My ears are flooded with the sounds of the wind, the clockwork, and my own heavy breathing. Noises that I would normally overlook now echo through me like roaring thunder. Can't sleep. Might as well get some air. The troop is dead silent at night. I gently close my door, treading carefully across the carpet. I wander idly through the still unfamiliar building, by the ashen moonlight streaming in from the windows. My room, Hatsuyuki's, and Kazuya's are on the second floor. Hamado-sensei is at the other end of the corridor, though they seldom stay over. It's probably gathering dust right now. Looking down over the corridor banister, I can see the reception hall in Kazuya's office. Opposite the office are the dressing room and rehearsal room. With nothing better to do, I reread the nameplates on all the doors, then follow the moonlit stairs upward. Third floor houses the other members. Every door is shut tight as if the occupants are already in deep slumber. The window at the end of the corridor looks out upon the late-night streets of Ginza. There's no sight or sound of humans, only the gas lamps and the stars, shimmering together in soft hues. I tiptoe down the corridor, and as I pass one of the rooms, the murmur of voices brushes against my ears. Ooh, secrets? I did eat something today. I tried to throw it up when I got back, but I just can't get it out clean. Is that Hatsuyuki? Oh no. Do you think it'd be better to cut it open and clean it out? The person answering her seems to be standing farther away. Their voice is too muffled to make out. Hello? Have you gotten any better at this? Stitching last time was a real mess. I could feel it even through the clothes. Hello? But it's my fault too. The more time it's cut open, the harder it is to sew it back together. Usually I can empty things out just fine. I don't know what's wrong today. Are you too tired for this? It's winter, so it'll be a while before things start rotting. It should be fine, right? What? Like, it almost sounds like bulimia or something, but not quite with the rotting part. What is going on? What are they talking about? I take an instinctive step back. The floor creaks beneath me. Who's there? Time to skedaddle! Footsteps approach. I turn and flee. No time to worry about the noise. All I want is to get back to my room as fast as I can. My ears are ringing from the sprint, which drowns out any sound of the door opening and closing. It's only back in my room that I realize I'm gasping for breath. Yeah, bro, just dips. He said, nah. I can't go back there. I lie back on the bed and steady my breathing, but my mind can't help circling back to the words I overheard. Is Hatsuyuki sick? What the hell? Something weird is going on with her. Before I can make sense of anything, sleep, summoned by all this exertion, claims me once more. Just before it takes me under, I think, no matter what, I have to apologize to her tomorrow. That seems like a flag. A dreamless night passes. Okay, she's alive. I don't know, it was weird. That was weird. I don't know about that one. When I wake, it's already broad daylight outside. I tidy myself up and head downstairs. Kazuya and Hatsuyuki are already up, on the first floor. I'm not sure what they're discussing. Is our sleeping beauty finally awake? We were just talking about you. Morning, Kotori. What were you two talking about? Me? We were wondering if we should get breakfast together, but Kazuya is such a busy guy I couldn't talk him into it. Yes, there's an investor coming today, so I might be tied up this morning. Hatsuyuki shakes her head regretfully, then makes her way behind me and gives a little shove. Looks like it'll just be the two of us then. Okay, so she's eating again, despite that being something she brought up last night. Weird. By the time we get to the cafe, it's well into the morning. There are already a few tables occupied. The girl I saw yesterday is still seated in that same spot next to the window. Oh yeah, she's right here! Her head is slightly lowered as she sips her soup in silence. Sips her soup in silence, very alliterative. I force down my budding unease and find a spot to sit with Hatsuyuki. There's a partition adorned with greenery which blocks the view, making me feel somewhat better. Hatsuyuki calls over a server and orders a cup of hot milk. I still don't have much of an appetite, so I just ask for a croissant. Something on your mind? I couldn't sleep last night. Hatsuyuki adopts a theatrical look of dawning revelation. After the waiter sits down our food and walks away, she knits her brows and lowers her voice. So that was you. This might be a problem. What kind of problem? Are you sick? Or is it that thing you mentioned? Magic spells? Oh dear, I'm just teasing you. It's no big deal. I'm in good health. Let a girl have her little secrets. I don't know, this is pretty sus. She picks up her cup and takes a sip. Though her face is wan, her demeanor still brims with vigor. Did I interrupt you two? You could say that. It was quite the shock. Sorry. Oh, he's being so chill about it, but I'm like, no, something weird is going on here. Something weird is happening. Why are we being so casual about it? That's crazy. Hatsuyuki sets down her cup, stroking her chin with a mock-serious air. To make amends, how about you go to Yokohama with me to see the flowers after the performance? I hear they've opened a new park over there. You and Kazuya both need to take a break sometime in spring. It's settled then. Great, eat up before your food gets soggy. My croissant gets soggy? Don't rush me, I'm gonna choke. Can croissants get soggy? What? We finish our meal, and just as we leave the cafe, a car pulls up to the alley entrance. A young man gets out of the car, shakes open a black umbrella, then bends down to open the back door. Ooh, he matches that girlie. A long-haired man draped in a haori steps out of the car. The umbrella shields him from the swirling snow, and even as he is escorted into the alley, his striking scarlet figure stands out stark amidst the sea of gray. My gaze lingers on his back. When that face comes into view, even for a fleeting glance, I can't help but freeze. Who is he? What was that? Nothing. Let's go. The theater reserved for the premiere isn't that large, but its decor is surprisingly exquisite. You two are members of the Emerald Eye, right? Are you here to check in on the auditorium setup? Setup? Uchitsuki-san has rented a small auditorium here for rehearsing on a long-term basis. It's been set up as requested. I can show you two around now. How's he paying for all this? Are we free to use it? Of course. Please follow me. Oh, yeah, that does sound expensive. We follow the theater staff down a hallway carpeted in red wool, finally stopping before a massive door of black walnut. The door stands ajar. It takes the staff members some effort to pull it all the way open, revealing a sizable thrust stage. The grand drapes are drawn, exposing the set behind. Several crew members are adjusting the lighting. Just as our guide said, this place is ready for use. Hatsuyuki stares briefly at the stage, then turns around. She's silhouetted against the lamplight, her eyes gleam from the shadows. Now, this doesn't happen every day. How about we give it a go? In the blink of an eye, Hatsuyuki whips out 2 scripts as if by magic. She tucks one into my arms and I feel an answering twinge of eagerness. Ever since the accident, Kazuya has insisted on my recuperation. It's only in the rehearsal rooms that I regain any sense of being an actor, But faced with a real stage, however I feign nonchalance, there's no deceiving myself. I can't pretend I have no desire to stand upon it. He loves acting. Well then, let's try it. Why, oh why? What I wish to write, what I long to say, that is all which matters. Nothing else, no worldly concerns should hobble my steps. Sensei, are you there? I've brought you some rice. You haven't been to class lately. The students are all worried, so I came to check on you. Is everything all right? Why didn't the others come? I have household chores to attend to. I haven't fully recovered from my illness yet, and I'm not needed at home. I figured I'd come see you. Time to bend words again. If I can but silence her, peaceful days will be mine once more, for a time. Time, precious time. I simply need to make it an accident. Whoa! In that case, come in. Did anyone see you? The spotlight falls on Hatsuyuki. She opens her mouth, but no sound comes out. It's her next line, or it's her line next. Why isn't she speaking? In the stifling, frozen silence, my unease grows. I hear the crew muttering. Hatsuyuki? The instant I say her name, her body sways. Then she collapses heavily onto the stage, landing with a dull thud. What's wrong? Are you okay? My mind explodes into a tumult. I practically trip over myself, scrambling to her side. She lies quietly on the cold, dusty floor, her cheeks smudged with a trace of grayish powder. What? No matter how I shake her, there's no hint of a response. I reach out a trembling hand. Holding my breath, I gently bring it closer to her nose. She's not breathing. I push my nerveless hand against her chest and press up and down again and again. It has to work. She'll be fine after this. That's what they all say. I press until my hair tumbles over my eyes, until fine beads of sweat ooze from my forehead. Hatsuyuki opens her mouth and lets out a soft sigh. I knew it. I knew it would work. Thank goodness, Hatsuyuki, don't scare me like that. Please wake up. Wake up. Stiffly, I press my ear against her chest. There's no pulse of light, only coldness, decay, and a cloying sweetness wafting from her collar like rotten fruit. This has to be a joke. Just a joke, it can't be, no. You were just talking, don't tease me. What's wrong? Are you mad at me? Hatsuyuki's lips are parted, unspeaking. I stare at her face. What changes have I missed in the past minute, the past half hour, the past day? Her eyes are wide open, usually an adorable sight, but now those unblinking, glassy eyes fill me with a terror that drenches me in cold sweat. I can't look directly at them. How absurd everything suddenly is now. How ridiculous. We ate together and made plans to look at flowers in Yokohama and were enthusiastically performing just minutes ago. Yeah, what? This is crazy. How can someone just die like this? Like every color is drained away in the blink of an eye, leaving behind nothing but a pale, empty shell. And all this is happening while I'm eating Cheerios. Cheerios and death for Super Twin. Where did she go? There's so much noise around me. After a while, it occurs to me that the crew is screaming. Someone pulls me away. I tumble to the ground. It doesn't even hurt. Hey, watch out! Something's wrong! Call Kazematsu Suru-san! The stage lights shine down upon her. White light enshrouding white corpse. White dust drifting in the air. Uniformed people close in around the body, and the glassy green eye peers through a gap in the crowd, staring straight in my direction. Suddenly it shifts? Huh? I blink my dry eyes and finally see, in the shadows amidst the dust and the light, lurks a green-eyed monster. Monster ripples outwards, flowing across the stage. Monster looks at me. It crouches over Hatsuyuki's body, like a soul untethered from flesh, a fetus bursting from the womb. I've seen it before in the mirror, the white feathered monster. What? Oh. Huh. This is a very cool sequence, but I'm like, huh? What? How very impolite of you, Mochitsuki-kun. Yeah, a lot of strange things happen in my theater, nothing like this. Fair. I merely came to inquire how the boy's doing. I never imagined matters would take to such hazardous turns. Alas, now that it's come to this, I can only offer my sincerest apologies. I will say, with the color of their eyes, one thing I'm thinking is they look kind of similar to Kotori. Is your wound split open? Youngsters are so reckless with their health. What is going on? What? I'd appreciate you keeping this meeting between us, Mochitsuki-kun. After all, when it comes to family, it's only natural to get a little carried away, wouldn't you agree? Okay. You drove Kotori away years ago. He doesn't remember a thing now. Why are you still... Why? Mochitsuki-kun, you ought to understand the reason better than I do. Oh, one more thing. I rather suspect that my dear Kotori remains unaware of whatever you and Miss Baryankinskaya have been keeping from him. Am I right? How do you know that? Minoru-san, the snow has stopped. My, look at the time. Well then, let's draw this little encounter to a close. Mochitsuki-kun, if you would be so kind as to inform your teacher that I would very much like a word with them in the coming days. Preferably sooner rather than later. They did hit him in the head with a brick. The foreshadowing! Come along, Serena. What is happening? So many stitches. My, this is quite something. The skin seems partly translucent. What's this? Oh, they laid that powder really thick. It's pretty well preserved. I've never seen a spell like this before. A fine piece of work. Well, since it could go on stage, I guess with enough makeup it just looks like a living person. Or it looks just like a living person. No wonder you called me in. Good job remembering to evacuate the civilians this time. Declare it a medical emergency, whatever works. Where's the person who came in with it? Did you get a rundown yet? Still no response. Come on, did it really scare him out of his wits? Hey, look up. An acute, intense jolt of pain spreads through my jaw. It's nothing compared to the dying agonies that Hatsuyuki endured as she lay there. If I'd noticed earlier, would everything be different? Anguish engulfs me, smothering me, rising from the depths of my dried-out eyes. My mind restlessly chews through memories, spitting out scraps of details I once missed. If only we'd gone to the hospital earlier, gone back to rest earlier, if only... Somebody's speaking. The sound grates like the raining in my ears. Hey, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Sir? Why? I thought I was supposed to have some magic talent. Why could I only watch her die right before my eyes? Something so useless, utterly useless. Was it because of that monster? It followed me here and killed Hatsuyuki, and I did nothing but lead it to its prey. I've had enough of this. Ignore me, will you? Snap out of it! A gust of wind pierces sharply through the side of my neck, then dissipates, leaving behind an icy stain and a damp sensation spreading across my skin. Huh? My nerves, trembling from the narrow escape, pull me back to the very reality I refuse to face. I look up and see a familiar face. It's the woman who I saw stinking drunk at the udon stall last night. She's standing before me now, arms crossed, gazing at me with obvious displeasure. At the sight of my face, she briefly falters and her brows draw together, but she swiftly regains that impatient expression. Huh, so it's you. Me? She doesn't seem to be bothered by the conversation we overheard last night. She just turns around again to glance towards the crowd of uniformed police, all huddled around Hatsuyuki. Last night, I remember you and that girl, right? The one lying there, the deceased. You two were close, weren't you? Don't you know if there was anything going on with her recently? Any illnesses or unusual relationships or just anything out of the ordinary that happened to her? I mean, there was that weird-ass conversation last night. A sticky, acrid bitterness spreads across my tongue. I could rake up through every remaining memory in my amnesia-ridden brain and turn up nothing. Hatsuyuki's the same girl I've always known. I don't know anything. Sorry. The woman's eyes crinkle. Her expression softens as she sits down next to me. Feeling nervous? It's okay, I'm just here to get a sense of the situation. Lots of crime witnesses don't realize that they might have seen anything they might have seen might have been useful to us. It's probably the same with you. She might be right, but my instincts keep going back to that monster, the one that seemed to be born from Hatsuyuki's corpse. It must have something to do with her death, along with what I overheard last night. But I don't know how to bring this up. The woman seems to sense my inner turmoil. She offers a reassuring smile, but it feels a little out of place. Now I'll ask, you'll answer. Fair enough. I'd like you to be honest with me. I'm Kazemaru, Itsuru Kazematsuru. Itsuru Kazematsuru, Special Investigation Division. And you are? Always helps to know who I'm talking to. Hotori Sakuma. Special Investigation Division? I'm not surprised you haven't heard of us. Know anything about psychology? Hey, Alex Lee! Welcome in. Thank you for the thirsty redeem. Take a little sippy. Thank you for that. Hope you're having a great night. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Alright. I've heard of a society run by professors from the Imperial University doing research on extrasensory perception. Close enough. And there are certain incidents that current knowledge, should I say technology, can't quite explain. Those fall under our jurisdiction. Of course, as an ordinary civilian, you've got nothing to worry about. We just have our own methods, which it's best not to make public knowledge. In a city as busy as Tokyo, any secrets that get out makes its way across the city in a few days. Parapsychology. It does ring a bell. Here there's groups of scholars fervently devoted to Western theories, trying to replicate telepathy and clairvoyance. Still, for the police to establish a department like this, does that have anything to do with the magic users Hatsuyuki mentioned? No, I can't dwell on that right now. This monster might be... Alright, what do you want to know? In that case, I'll cut to the chase. From your point of view over the past, let's say 6 months, would you say the deceased displayed no major changes compared to today? Seemed to behave normally, never fell seriously ill, and so on. Yes. But there was the talk, there was that one thing. There was that one little chat we had that was like a little bit weird. You know? Was there anyone she met with regularly? I mean one-on-one. Family, friends, doctors, anyone at all. I rack my brain, but all that occurs to me is that outside of performances, Hatsuyuki spent almost the entire past year with the troupe. For some reason, Hatsuyuki and the others all seldom went out. No, except for Kazi and me, and maybe Hamada-sensei. She hardly ever left the troupe, where she was mostly with me or our mutual friend. I rarely saw her approach anyone else on her own. Seems like the supply was pretty stable. So did anything unusual happen in the past few days? Yes! Did she say or do something out of the ordinary? Of course, it's fine if not. Last night at dinner, she ate something she normally dislikes. Despite saying this, I honestly can't be certain. Hatsuyuki and I were very close this past year as I dealt with my amnesia, but like with most friends who see each other regularly, we didn't actually have meals together very often. We only occasionally mentioned our food preferences in passing. Only now, confronted with the situation, I do realize how much of a fool I've been. I see. Alright then. That covers the basics. Now we'll get into some questions related to the special nature of our division. It might give you a scare, but there's no time to ease you into things. Oh, music change. You don't know what's going on with the corpse, do you? What do you mean, going on with the corpse? Her lips move, parting and closing, slicing the words into shards that drive themselves into my ears. Steady and relentless. Oh man. If I'm not mistaken, she's been dead for quite some time. I was kinda wondering with the way they were talking about the corpse earlier. It's still unclear what could sustain a corpse's activity for this long, with next to no decay. I'll have to hold off on a closer examination until we bring the body back. What the So I guess it's some kind of magic, but like why? For what purpose? Ever since I first met Hatsuyuki, she's always been the same. Me with everyone else. How could she have been dead this whole time? My voice is on the verge of cracking, but Kaze Matsuru just arches an eyebrow. It seems just like anyone else if she seemed just like anyone else for a long time, she spoke and she smiled, vibrant down to the smallest detail. Isn't that right? I've dealt with a few similar cases. It's rare, but not impossible. You might want to ask that mutual friend of yours if something happened to her when you weren't around. Oh! Her body shows extensive blunt force and injury, and numerous suture scars, like she's been pieced together. Oh my god. Oh, like the rotting that they were talking about last night? Oh? Some of the wounds have been stitched multiple times. The surrounding muscle and skin is severely damaged. Specifically, from here to there. Kazematsuru. Why do I keep saying Kazemaru? Kazematsuru reaches out, tracing a line from my shoulder down to my knee, until her hand finally presses against my spasming stomach. I try to swallow, but I find my throat scorched dry. It throbs with a deep-seated, knife-sharp pain. Kazematsuru's eyes meet mine. I see my own reflection frozen stiff in her calm pink gaze. Eyes widening and staring, the expression blank, a picture of utter absurdity. I haven't got into my question, but it looks like you've got something on your mind. Pull out with it. You want to know why your friend ended up like this, don't you? Spit it out. It might open up another lead for us. I open my mouth. My voice comes out hoarser than I realized. Who did this to her? More than that, who could get Hatsuyuki to cover for them? I overheard Hatsuyuki at our place last night. She was complaining about having to cut something open to take it out. Is it something we ate together yesterday? Probably. A living corpse doesn't have functioning organs. The food scraps just rot away in the stomach. And you're hesitating. Anything else? When Hatsuyuki collapsed, I also saw a white monster. A white monster. A white monster with wings. Its head unfolding like a lily. Ooh. That is scary but really neat imagery. Kazematsuru's expression abruptly transforms. Oh, does she know something about this? Her bright eyes pin me to the spot like a serpent locking onto its prey. Okay, last question. As Kazematsuru speaks, she switches back to that look of mild impatience, like that spasm of emotion just now was nothing but my imagination. This was supposed to be the part where I squeeze a confession out of you, but forget it. Do you know who you've rubbed the wrong way? What? When it comes to the cases we deal with, I don't generally explain all this nonsense to the people involved. Parapsychology this, special division that, it all sounds way too far-fetched. Like something out of a novel. Yeah. You have our ways of making sure you spill every last detail you know and don't remember a single thing afterwards. You won't even dream about it. When closing a case, for most people and even society at large, all we have to do is find a plausible excuse to smooth things over. Say an acute heart attack, or a stroke, or maybe drug abuse. There are all sorts of stories to run with, and evidence is easy to come by. Of course, getting poisoned by a male companion and a premeditated murder. That works too. Why did it have to happen in the theater in front of all these people? Chalk it up to the suspect's sense of ceremony. As for those things the suspect heard and the white monster he saw, they serve as further proof that this actor was so immersed in drama he lost his ability to distinguish between fantasy and reality. No, don't pin this on me! I'm just some guy. Delirious and raving, he turned his blade on the victim who came to the theater with him. During our inquiry, we noticed that he avoids eye contact. His demeanor is furtive, as if he's hiding something. This is highly suspicious. After a few rounds of questioning, the witnesses will all develop the same impression. You follow what I'm saying? You're threatening me. Very clever. Well, let's not put it that way. Call it a mutually beneficial opportunity. You don't want to know what happens to people we take into custody. Man. Hey, Cab, am I right? Oh boy. What do you get out of telling me all this? You've got a real knack for tough questions, you know that? The roar of laughter draws the attention of the remaining officers in the theater, but she casually waves them away. She turns back to me, dashing the tears of laughter from her eyes, and slowly holds up 2 fingers. First off, someone asked me to stir up some trouble for you, but I can't stand him. Second, it's because of that thing you saw. Head cleft like a blossom lined with fangs, wings towed in its wake like a wafty shadow. Should the might of its attention befall thee, then shall the 8 emerald eyes swivel as one. Lord Octopteropes, as those black magic practitioners call it. Spent years in pursuit of it and its followers. Okay, you know about all this. It appeared next to the deceased, meaning that your friend, who was turned into a living corpse, was almost certainly under the control of a black mage who worships it. We're after the same thing. Don't you want to learn the truth behind her death? A mage is sure to know more than either of us. I can let you walk out of that door unharmed, but in return you have to help me find them. I guess I don't have much of a choice. What do you want from me? Hell yeah! Murder investigation time. Ordinary people can't see the shadows of the gods. You can do that, can't you? With those words, Kazematsuru extends her hand before me. Ooh, a whirling gale erupts from her palm, striking me square in the face. I instinctively hold my breath, my ears filled with the lingering wail of the wind. This is... I clamp my mouth shut, but I can tell from Kazematsuru's face that it's too late. You don't have to get into the specifics. I'm not that much of a snoop, and I'm not interested in the Sakuma family secrets. The point is, the fact that you can see Lord Octopteropes makes you a rare and irresistible new recruit for them, and I'll find some way to get the news to them. But judging from that reaction just now, you have something you'd rather keep from me, don't you? If you like, you can go take care of whatever you want first. I'll be in touch when I can. Or we can wrap this up quickly and I'll handle the rest myself, meaning you'll be out of it. What do you think? Let's deal with the case. Here, I thought you'd run the other way. Okay, fine, I'll drop it. Well then, Kotori Sakuma-san, may I trouble you to accompany me back to the precinct? What will you do with Hatsuyuki's body? Corpse. All that? We'll have to do an autopsy and analyze whether any magic was cast on her body. Once everything checks out, we'll notify her family. Depending on the situation, the body might be returned to her family for burial, or we might handle all of that. If so, I'd like to make a request. Kazematsuru gives me a non-committal smile. Her fingers tap lightly and regularly against the arm of the chair, striking up a staccato rhythm. Ooh. Give it a shot. Who knows? I might even say yes. Hatsuyuki's body, no corpse. Can I take a look later? Once I've spoken to the others in the troupe, it won't take long. Oh? Now that it's come to this, I have to see things through myself. There's so much I've forgotten. Hatsuyuki was already like this when I met her. Now that she's gone, I can't let those scars be buried with her. At the very least, I need to know. You've never seen a corpse up close, have you, oh dainty young master? Try not to scare yourself, silly. Well, since you ask, of course I can arrange a little thing like that, but you'll have to wait until the autopsy is over at least. Thank you. Fair enough. I can't fuck with the evidence. Chief, we're heading back with this and then... I know, be careful with that or I'll dock your pay when we get back. Shibata shrinks away, shoulders hunching in terror, and hurries back on stage. He and the other officers reflexively bellow "yes" in unison, then huddle together like a flock of frightened quails. Before long, Hatsuyuki's body is lifted onto a stretcher in a flurry of activity. Her arm dangles over the side, swaying stiffly with each jostle. Finally, together with the crowd, she vanishes beyond the heavy door. As I try to rise to my unsteady feet, Kase Matsuru tugs me out of the theater seat. Before I came in, one of the staff said this place was leased to the Emerald Eye troupe. Yeah, I and Hatsuyuki were both actors in the troupe. Hey, Kaze! Welcome in. Alright, who's the husband you claimed in this game? So far, the protagonist here, Kotori, seems like he might be my type. Maybe. How you doing, though? Good to see you. Welcome in. I see. Kaze Matsuru signals to me to follow her. Her boots are made of tough leather, but their heels sink into the carpet with only a soft rustle. Perfect. I remember we've got some files about that troupe in our archives. I'll show you. What files? An uneasy premonition is forming in my heart. Just what could have happened for the troupe to end up in the police archives? Ooh. Just wrapped up an interesting game of Lethal Company with mods? Ooh, how'd it go? I'd love to hear about that. It's nothing illegal, but, well, you should see for yourself. Kaze Matsuru finishes speaking just as we reach the entrance. The accumulated snow glints beneath the darkened sky. Wind whips through the open door, trailing moonbeams in its wake. We weave together into a blast of bitter cold that I feel in my bones. What should I say? And what should I do? Before I return to the theater, before the suspended blade comes down upon my neck. But in this moment I can't help thinking, if only I could just stay here forever and ever. Until I figured out a way to spin this tale that will spare everyone's tears and transmute agony into blissful relief. That would be perfect. And this guy really is an actor. Some to mask on it snowballed at the end. Oh my goodness, I'm glad you guys made it through that in one, even if it was barely. Sheesh. That's crazy. Kase Matsuru and I board the last car in the police convoy. Perhaps because of the late hour, the car speeds through mostly deserted streets, with so many bumps and jolts that I almost throw up the few scraps left in my stomach. It's only when the car halts before the police station that I can finally catch my breath. Come on out, let's make this quick. As Kaze Matsuru yanks the door open and urges me out of the car, the junior officer driving the car has long since made himself scarce. Maybe he's terrifying of his intimidating superior too. The entryway to the police station is remarkably imposing. The two-story Western-style building is adorned with ostentatious marble columns. It's plain to see that they have a generous budget. It must have been renovated, or maybe it was just built recently. I follow Kaze Matsuru through that brand new doorway. We occasionally cross paths with some uniformed police officers. They seem to be low-ranking and are scrupulously polite to Kaze Matsuru and to me as they riding on her coattails. But even before we get too far off, their true colors become clear. I can hear the venom they spit behind our backs. It's not pleasant. I reflexively glance at Kaze Matsuru, who shows no sign of having heard a word. She leads me through the main hall, along a moonlit walkway lined with snow and withered twigs, and down another flight of stairs. Finally, she stops in front of a door labeled Archives. And here we are. Are you sure it's fine to just let me in like this? It's fine. There's no one else around this late. Besides, that Sakuma name of yours opens a lot of doors. Ooh. You've got a good point. Hold on a second. Kaze Matsuru raises her hand, bringing together her glowed index and middle fingers. With light and swift gestures, she scrawls a line of words on the door. I can't make out what she's writing. When she finishes the last stroke, a gust of cold wind suddenly sweeps through the warm corridor. A rapid squall whistles through the air, tussling my hair and clothes. The swirling winds converge on that ordinary, nondescript door. Kaze Matsuru's writing flashes brilliant for a moment, then goes dark just as quickly. Finally, like the dissipating wind, it vanishes without a trace. It's completely different from what Hatsuyuki showed me. This is a magnificent power that's never bothered to hide its dangerous veins. That'll do it. With that, she pushes open the door and confidently strides in, quickly vanishing out of sight behind two cabinets. The metal surface of the filing cabinet warps my reflection. Countless tablets hold countless copies of me, Like a labyrinth of mirrors, thousands of eyes glitter back at me from those depths, flashing green or blue under the incandescent lamps. I shut the door behind me and head inwards, following the sound of tapping boots. Reflections on both sides follow me, their severed bodies swaying. The metal flashes white before my eyes. It's nothing like glass. That whiteness is completely blank, devoid of any reflection or stain. An empty desert as hazy as a mirage. I look myself in the eye. The reflection is sightless, but I'm seized by the inexplicable feeling that I'm being watched. Surely it's just an illusion because my reflection's eyes are so clear. That's the only explanation. Man, the prose in this is definitely, like, you know, very dramatic, but I kind of like it. I feel like it lends to, like, the atmosphere, and I feel like it's a good choice for, like, the style to write this story in. It's fun. Found it. Sakuma, you still there? Hazematsuru's voice drifts to me. I squeeze my wall between the filing cabinets and spot her at a row of cabinets against the wall. She's holding a slim folder. Here you go. Those are all duplicates, so just put them back in when you're done. She slams the folder against my chest. I have to scramble to keep it from falling. There isn't much inside. Just an old newspaper, a few photographs, and a sheaf of reports. The old newspaper rustles as I pick it up. It seems to have been lying there for quite a while. The front page is dominated by an article about the train accident. Oh. Signal failure or human error. Tokaido mainline derailment accident exposes hidden hazards. Death toll 143. My throat feels parched from just reading this far. The printed text sears into my retinas. A familiar pain is spreading through my temples as if I've been struck by something heavy. Echoes ring through me. With trembling fingers, I peel away a photograph from the clipped stack, and I get a stark black and white view of the train tumbling from the tracks, engulfed in flames, and the broken and shattered human bodies. It's impossible to tell the dead from the living. Ooh. There are close-up shots of severed limbs. I can see the mangled flesh and stumps of bone. My brain throbs. I'm gonna throw up. I'll splatter these pictures with the hues of fat, marrow, and blood. Oozing yellow fat, ashen white ends of split bone, soft pink tendons enfolding them, blood slowly oxidizing from crimson to rust brown. When the human body is taken apart, it should resemble an oil painting in lush colors. But when it's truly laid bare before me, carelessly splashed with pigments, its cross-section on display to the entire world, my only sensation is horror. Everything was scorching hot in the wake of the explosion. I could feel someone hauling me along, blood steamed from my ringing ears. But amidst the acrid stench of burning chemicals, my lungs kept working. No matter how much I wished they wouldn't, they still faithfully brought me to a scent that roused my appetite. My brain was in ecstasy. It told me that this was the aroma of roasted flesh. Bro? You good? The smell which assailed me feels so palpable now, so indelible, as if it might have truly have made my mouth water and my stomach growl. Bro? As if, among the screams and moans of my fellow humans, it might have filled me with a craving to set upon them, to bite and swallow and devour. Maybe this isn't just a hallucination. How else could I so vividly imagine the itch of the blood creeping across my skin? My mind stops short. I'm reeling in terror. Did I do something else to them, in that expanse of darkness beyond my mind's reach? Did I sniff? Did I lick? Did I... Hey, you okay? It's a fair question. Kazematsuru lightly pats me on the shoulder, then plucks the photograph out of my hand. It's creased from being clutched too tightly. She briefly flips through the photographs, then tucks them away in her pocket, pulls a sheaf of documents out of the folder, and shoves them into my hands. It's like she's draping a cloth over a box so that I can no longer see what's inside. All I'm left with is that hallucination, so real and so insubstantial at once. These are rougher going than I thought. You should try reading the text instead. I swallow my saliva. The noise seems to ring loud in the quiet archives. Hazematsuru might have heard it, but if so, she simply arches an eyebrow and waits for me to speak. I remembered some things from back then. Hey, and my rice knives! It's good to see you! Hope you're having a great evening. Welcome on in! You're here just in time for traumatic, very intense memories of an accident 1 year ago. Oh boy. When the train derailed, I think something exploded. I smelled burning. My head is spinning, my stomach churns with nausea. Speaking is an ordeal. Every word feels like it has to be ground into powder and squeezed through the gaps between my teeth. Oh boy, yep, oh boy. The burning, it's enough. Sorry. Hasematsu seems a little startled, but she swiftly makes a hold it right there gesture, cutting off any further speech. Huh? No need to apologize. What I mean is, you only just remembered all this. Telling me about it right away can't be easy on you, both physically and mentally. I know about these things. I've been there too. Facing your fellow humans, thinking how delicious they smell and holding back your appetite, or whatever they call it. Well, you've been through this. That's not easy for a regular civilian to deal with. Your voice and demeanor are completely calm, a silent balm to my strained nerves. Besides, you're so badly injured you lost your memory. I doubt you could move around that much. If you didn't do it, you didn't. You don't have to beat yourself up over thoughts that never came true. Point is, you've had amnesia and only just remembered all this. It's not your problem. You want to keep reading? Yes. Time for more trauma awakening! Woohoo! I take a few deep breaths, and when my emotions have settled a little, I pick up the sheaf of reports again. But as I read, a nagging feeling strengthens that something is off. I subconsciously frowned. Hey, Kazu! How's it going? Good to see you. Games are going well. We're dealing with our repressed trauma. How you doing, Kazu? It's always good to see you around. The preliminary investigation found that a moderate-sized explosion occurred in Carriage 9, but no explosive residue was detected at the scene. What does this mean? It means the explosives in that carriage amounted to around 3 cans of gunpowder. Their explosion caused the carriage to overturn and triggered a whole series of other reactions. But no trace of them was found. In a situation like this, it's only reasonable to run a sweep for magical activity. But I wasn't in Tokyo at the time, so it couldn't be done. Or rather, they didn't want to deploy manpower from this side. Now there's no way to follow up. Didn't want to? It's a matter of life and death. So what? Someone wanted to cover it up. Someone was willing to pay the compensation. And certain people needed proof that I and my Special Investigation Division are all useless wastes of space. Just got back from dinner? Ooh, what'd you have for dinner? Something else seems to occur to her. Her expression darkens and she says no more. I replace the investigation report in the folder. Hasematsu reties the strings with practiced ease, and shuts it away again in the unlabeled cabinet. Are you angry about that? I feel like I ought to be angry. I am. For some reason, I'm not particularly surprised. Like steak and lots of seafood? Ooh, I'm jealous! That sounds so tasty! Ah, lucky. Making me hungry even though it's late. Just as I've personally witnessed before and heard from others. This sort of internal strife is inevitable between people. It's not rare by any means. What matters is how you turn it to your advantage. The ache in my forehead swells and sharpens. I don't like this line of thinking, and what I hate even more is that for some reason my brain accepted it as a routine truth. Send some, please do, please! My neck feels like it's snapped under this weight. My head sinks lower and lower, about to kiss the dirt at my feet. For some reason, there's a constant simmering unease in my heart. 143 people. Is there really no one else injured in the troop other than me? Hasematsu strokes her chin. Then she speaks, dispelling the heavy silence that was starting to descend. Stop spacing out. Now that you've gotten your intel, it's time to help me out. Yes, right. What is it? My tangled skeins of thought are abruptly shoved back into my skull, and I involuntarily stammer in response. Hasematsu ignores my lack of manners. She simply folds her arms and continues speaking. Before getting into that, I have to ask. It looks like you already know about magic. Do you have any deeper understanding of it? No. Deeper understanding? I must be visibly at a loss, because the look Hasematsu gives me is exasperated but unsurprised, like a veteran tutor faced with a slow pupil. I thought so, but I don't feel good about throwing you to the wolves like this. It's already tough, mate, explaining the basics to precinct staff. Whatever, I sure hope you're smarter than that. Is it time for lore dump? I'll start with some common knowledge for mages. I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. First off, what you need to know is that these powers, the gifts from the gods, can be passed down through the bloodline. Also, the materials used in magic rituals are pricey and it's hard to cover the cost alone. So mages value inheritance and family ties over everything else. Checks out. Rich people doing black magic. You've been through this yourself, haven't you? You suddenly discovered you had some strange ability and you were all at sea. You had no clue why this was happening. Magic is kept secret from the regular public, and also from mages who don't have teachers to guide them. I nod, reflecting on how I'm completely ignorant of my own magic, and have no idea where to even start unraveling this tangle. So you should just assume that if you butt heads with a mage, you'll find yourself in no end of trouble. I mull over Kaze Matsuru's words, wondering exactly how she figures into all this. But judging from how she's acted today, I'm guessing there's no end of trouble herself. She is no end of trouble herself. Since it can be passed down by blood. I'm still putting together my sentence when Kaze Matsuru stops, looking uncharacteristically hesitant. She's silent for a while before finally letting out a sigh. The sound of that sigh seems to bring to life every story I've ever heard about brother turning against brother. You're spot on, and things are actually better in this generation. Before this, if a family had too many children with talents, the family mansion was essentially a coliseum. Sheesh! And if there was anything worth inheriting on top of that, the clash would continue until one party died. The main family fought among themselves, and the branch families, after defeating their own siblings, still had to fight with the main family's children. Some mages were so set on preserving the purity of their bloodlines, they even... Oh, let's not go there. You don't need to know any more than that. Oh boy. Kaze Matsuru speaks in a low voice, her expression pained. But she quickly shakes that off and moves on to another subject. That's all on this topic. You should also know about ateliers. For the majority of mages, this is the most important thing. Ateliers. Yet another new noun, but I'm still at a loss. All I can do is wait hopefully for her solution to this riddle. I assume you just came into contact with magic recently, yes? After a long silence, I can only reply with a noise of assent. Brief noise of assent. In fact, I can count the number of times on one hand, I think derisively to myself. These scant incidents all bear the indelible traces of Hatsuyuki, impossible to ignore or forget. Even after my nerves have been dulled by the constant barrage of blunt questions, the pain is still lodged in my memory like so many fine needles. So it was too late, huh? Alright, listen very closely to what I'm about to say. Mages, to be exact, most of those hereditary guys, each have an atelier that belongs to them. That's where they're in closest contact with their divine blessings. The principles of constructing an atelier are way too complicated to get into here. Basically, think of it as a series of large-scale magic rituals that take a huge toll on the practitioner. Once the construction is done, they gain a secret space that belongs to them and exists outside of this world. Unless they're unconscious or grant someone else permission to enter, that space belongs solely to them forever. I'm guessing you've heard a thing or two about Buddhism and Taoism and all that nonsense. Wow. Well, an atelier is the equivalent of their flower leaf or their bodhi. Huge! It never disappears, and in the hands of a mage who lives long enough, it becomes a treasure trove. It's almost impossible to construct an atelier single-handedly, which means that effectively only families can afford it. And since it can be transferred between people, I think you can guess what happens. It's inherited. Got it in one. Kaze Matsuru snaps her fingers. Fingers? What is it? Fingers? Fuck am I saying out here? She snaps her fingers. Hey, Artoria! Welcome on in. No, but I do know I'm the bone of my sword. That's a thing the coolest guy ever says. Did you know that? Did you know that? Welcome in. I hope you're having a great evening. Good to see you. Is it just me or does she look relieved? She reminds me of a teacher, pleasantly surprised that a young child is actually capable of studying. Die if you're killed? True, so true. Unless you have the sheath of Avalon inside your body, then it's different. I can barely imagine what sort of people she's been working with until now. It's very expensive and its value accumulates over time, making it perfect to be passed down as a family heirloom. Which means that mages who have the backing of families and mentors, and who are regarded as the next in line, basically all have their own ateliers, or are about to inherit them. Who knows? I bet if you go back to the Sakuma family, they'll have one ready and waiting for you. Her lips twitch as she says this, then she changes the subject again with seeming nonchalance. I'm getting off topic. What it all boils down to is that ateliers are where mages can exert their powers to the fullest extent. That's why most of them secure their atelier in an object they can carry with them, so they can enter at any time. Ooh, portable! For a mage who's carrying out magical studies or preparing for a ritual, the atelier is the safest place to be, and it's also the most dangerous place for an invader. It ain't sushi, it ain't juicy, I do love some sushi. Sure do. I need you to make contact with the worshippers, but I don't want you to get you killed. If you notice that your surroundings have changed, you'd better watch out. Cannibalism, listen, fish eat fish. What do you think fish in the ocean eat? They eat other fish. This is normal, this is nature. What should I do if I'm trying to leave an atelier? Find an exit, or get the mage to let you out, or knock them unconscious. Of course, the best way to handle it is to kill them. But in your case, just sweet-talk them, no matter how much you have to bow and scrape and grovel. Dignity is less important than staying alive. Get out of there and let me deal with the rest. Speaking of which, Kazematsuru's severe gaze settles on me. Her voice is stern. You have experience wielding magic? None. There's no point bluffing here. Even though Kazematsuru's stare sends chills down my spine, I nod. Someone's in denial about the sushi? Fish eat other fish! It's normal! You're honest, the reliable type. Good, that's right. That's how everyone should be. A gloved hand grips mine. She's squeezing it quite hard. It hurts, but I bite back my yelp of pain before it can emerge. Because the look on her face scares me a little. It's like what exactly? It feels vaguely familiar, as if someone once inspected me with that exact expression. The bite emote? Yeah, it's what I look like when I take a nice bite of sushi. Focus, and don't get distracted. Close your eyes. Okay. My eyes automatically fall shut at her voice. For a long, soft breeze threaded with the slightest chill flows through our joined palms and gently makes its way into my bloodstream. My heart starts to pound, that familiar tugging sensation courses through me again, and the next instant I'm enveloped in that chill. And so I can feel something, like blood but not quite, pouring out of my heart, rushing through my veins. It swiftly and tenaciously swarms into the crevices between every cell. At last it comes to a halt at the back of my tongue, with a faint prickling pain. This is your magic. It issues from the heart, the weakest part of a mage's body, and finally condenses in the body part you use to wield your magic. What body part are we gonna use? Hands would be the easiest, but remember the way it flows. When you need to use it, let your consciousness trace that path backwards to your heart and call upon the magic stored in your body. If you can't sense it, extreme emotions are a good way to pressure yourself to get your heart rate up. That's a bonus technique. Magic! Magic, not Magecraft? This ain't Fate, right? The lore here is pretty Fate-like, though. Definitely seeing some similarities. As Kazemaru finishes her calm speech, that chilly, syrupy feeling dissipates like a gust of wind. All that's left is the sudden molten surge of magic in my mouth. I'm seized by a strange impulse to open my mouth to speak, and I'm absolutely certain that I have the power to make those words on the tip of my tongue become an even greater reality. My mind is full to bursting. What should I say? My situation right now is so similar to how things were back then in the theater. Did the script's transformation happen because of me, or was it? My brain feels like it's crammed inside a mortar, being pulverized into a sticky pulp, but my tongue moves faster than my mind. I must be calm. As soon as the last word tumbles out, the pain in my tongue fades. I hope it hasn't left a blister. Oh? There, I've said it. An abrupt hush settles across the room. Kazematsuru's sudden silence makes me a little uneasy. I instinctively widen my eyes. Her expression is completely blank, but the next instant she's back to the same severe manner I remember from our meeting at the theater, as if what I just saw was a mere illusion. Ooh. She loosens her tight grasp on my hand and straightens up, moving a little stiffly. Sorry, I got kind of worked up there. You okay? My hand hurts a bit. Kazematsuru heaves a deep sigh. The filing cabinet casts a shadow over her features. I'll buy you something to eat, to make up for it. Sorry about that. Damn, that sure is something. Don't use your magic here and don't go around showing it off in front of other people if you can't be sure they'll keep their mouths shut. Remember how that felt just now? You can practice a bit more if you have the time. After all, other mages won't be giving you time to meditate. You have a whole lot of magical power. Your talent is greater than many people I've seen. You just need practice. Oh, we're the specialist, boy! She lets out another sound like a sigh. She seems to be doing that a lot today. And one last thing. She rests her hand on her uniform belt, then turns her palm upward. Suddenly, something appears in her hand. It looks like a pink tentacle, its body giving the occasional squirm, huh? This is a familiar. Ew! Worm? Alchemy's fish wet, but 51-year-old Leon Kennedy makes everyone wet? That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say. Whoa. This time, I can feel my face go rigid. Kazematsuru picks up the tentacle between her fingers. It seems docile enough. I watch it wriggle like a worm picked up by its neck. Tentacles even have necks? It thrashes with all its might, but it's like it's trying to escape the grip of the human hand. Familiars are also constructed, but there's no time to teach you now. I'll go into it later. Familiars derive their abilities from their component materials and the magic used in the ritual. A long time ago, making familiars also required praying to the gods, but now it's been replaced by using purified materials. Works just as well. Prayer falling out of fashion, huh? Most of them aren't harmless, and they aren't as small as this one here. If you run into a familiar, you'd better brace yourself. I gaze at the tentacle in Kazematsuru's hand, its tip flexing, slowly curling and unwinding again. I strive to suppress my instinctive revulsion for something so alien, but I get nowhere, so I have to stop looking at it. Awkward. I'm trying not to be too rude, so I steel myself and let Kazematsuru finish before I speak. Got it on Etsy. What can this familiar do? Kazematsuru's lips move, and a wave of regret bears down on me. Oh, well, since you ask, I'm gonna put it in your eye. Oh, gross. In my eye? Wait, what's this all of a sudden? You won't be gouging out your eye or blinding you. Not into that sort of thing. This thing has no offensive power. It's the safest type of familiar. Even when it enters your eye, it'll keep itself hidden. You won't feel any discomfort. Ew. Kazematsuru hoists the familiar a little higher, treating me to a full view of its mouthless body and plump, glistening suckers. Ew! Its purpose is to boost your sensitivity to magic, so you can visually observe any spell traces and magical residue. That way you'll notice if a mage passes by. If you know who they are, you'll be on your guard, won't you? It'll help you stay safe. That is useful, but it's gross! Also, if you get attacked or stumble into someone else's atelier, it'll let me know your location and I'll come to your rescue. Again, useful, but still gross. Kazematsuru seems to be completely in earnest. Putting something into my eye sounds incredibly dodgy, but I can tell from her words that she's deeply concerned with my personal safety. Does this just come with being a cop? Or did something happen before? The brilliant eyes are trained on me, but no matter how I try, I can't discern any trace of a lie in their tranquil depths. It's rude to pry into someone else's past. I clamp down on the urge and turn back to the tentacle, which now lies motionless in Kazematsuru's hand, presumably worn out from struggling. I'm trying not to contemplate how it'll feel against my eye. Does it really have to go in my eye? Isn't there any other way? Most spells only last a short time, and anything of a longer duration takes a bit too much preparation. And if you just keep it with you, an observant mage will easily pick up on it. Sure, this is fine. Of course, I wouldn't get this wrong, even if just on account of the Sakuma family. Sakuma family. And again, just what kind of family are they that people keep bringing them up? I think they're scary and messed up. If I could have come back a little earlier and learned more, if I could remember what happened before, would things be different? If there's any way I can make up for it. Fine, I agree. But I don't want it to hurt too much. Hase Matsuru seems taken aback by my ready agreement as she reaches out and cups my face. Her gloves are coarse, her calloused fingertips graze across my cheeks and slowly make their way to my right eye, leaving a trail of warmth in their wake. When she peels open my eyelid with 2 fingers, I inadvertently choke on a mouthful of spit. My expanded field of vision can now clearly take in the incandescent light beaming down from the ceiling, and Kaze Matsuru's face approaching mine, eyes gleaming like gems. Kaze Matsuru picks up the tentacle. Its fleshy pink body draws closer and closer to my eye. The tentacle uncoils, its tip languorously swaying in the air. Ugh, this is so gross. My body grows taut with anxiety. I can feel Kaze Matsuru's breath in the stirring of the wind. Hold still. I force my eyes to stay open. My eyeballs swivel clumsily to the side. The tentacle is coming closer and closer, so close that I can make out the faint patterns on its skin. I don't think any psychological torture could beat this. The instant it settles on my eyeball, I instinctively blink. Everything goes dark. All I sense is that touch upon my eye, vivid and unmistakable. The tentacle is icy against my eyeball. Its suckers are fastened to the most vulnerable part of my head, like an insect's pincers pressing onto rotten wood. But then it rapidly melts into my eye socket like water, dashing real tears from my eyes, and I can't tell if any part of the familiar is washed out with them. Finally, a faint sliver of light reappears. Only then do I notice that my right eye's vision is blurry, like I'm peering through a pink veil. Juxtaposed with my normal left eye, it feels surreal, as if the world's been split in 2. Oh! Why can't I see clearly? As I ask my hesitant question, Kaze Matsuru's fingers shift from my eyelid to my eye socket. She helps to wipe away the reflex of tears that are still seeping out. The gesture seems so gentle, but I might be imagining things. You'll be fine soon enough. It's still fusing. She sounds so calm. Her gaze lingers on my face for a long time, taking in every detail. I can't help but feel like a lab rat. Not sure how much time passes, but it must take a while. So long that the belated pains of hunger start to gnaw at my stomach. Finally, the color obscuring my vision drains away and everything once again looks the same as before. As my vision clears, my ears almost simultaneously pick up the rumbling of my stomach. I can't tell if Kaze Matsuru hears it too, but her lips do quirk upwards in a slight smirk. You see now? Yes. Then you can go back and practice wielding your magic. Your body needs to get used to the traces of magic circulation. Yo, the magic circuits. While you're doing that, I'll put the word out about you and let me know as soon as the mage gets in touch. Kaze Matsuru pulls out a wallet from nowhere, extracts a stiff card, and thrusts it into my hand before I can refuse. It's an exquisitely crafted business card with black lettering against a white background. It has a solid heft to it, and the embossed patterns graze subtly against my fingertips, like the touch of a chill wind. I'm sorry, I just have that scene from American Psycho going in the back of my head. Her name, number, and address are printed neatly on the card. Under the dim light, I can see flecks of gold powder glistening amidst the ink. There's no other unnecessary embellishment. Shinbashi. Personal card? Or personal matter? Alright, I'll buy you dinner too. You were getting hungry, weren't you? Kaze Matsuru lets her impeccably straight back slouch a little, as if she's setting down a great weight. Her voice sounds more relaxed too. Without that constant stern expression and graying hair, in this moment... Hey, Ballistic Beast 16! Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Nice to meet ya. She finally evinces some of the lightness befitting of her age. I know an izakaya around here that serves pretty good food. Makes for the perfect supper. Investigation or revenge. You can't do any of that on an empty stomach. Isn't that right? Oh my god, Kote Vaughn. What are you up to, dude? How's it going? Guys, if you haven't, you should check out Kote Vaughn. He's been playing a lot of a rhythm game called Rhythm Doctor that looks like a lot of fun. Great Elden Ring player. Great Xenoblade enjoyer. You might have seen him around my streams before. How you doing, Kote? Hope you've been having a good day. Hope things have been going well for you. Nice to see ya. Gonna get some sleep. Good night, everyone. Good night, Ballistic Beast. Thank you again for the follow. Sleep well and sweet dreams. Nice to meet you tonight. Before we leave, out of the corner of my eye, I notice that my wrist is glimmering faintly with hazy traceries of blue and pink, like rippling water or silk threads. I'm here to quietly perform mod duties while I vibe and enjoy gaming. Hell yeah! Enjoy your mod duties. I appreciate it. Always good to see you, Kote. The patterns almost seem to intertwine, weaving into an intricate, unbroken skin. I think that's how you say that? And Kazematsuru's collar also radiates gentle sparks of mingled blue and pink, like a gemstone under the light. Let's see something weird. Yeah, some kind of glowing pattern. Oh, that's right. What you're seeing are the traces of your magic and mine. Remember, if you spot traces like this, that's when you have to beware of everything. Absolutely everything. Having said her piece, Kazematsuru shoves open the door of the archives. It suddenly dawns on me what her expression reminds me of. Like a person helplessly watching sand slip through their fingers, who suddenly catches sight of a life-saving straw. Are you still standing around? Don't you want supper? My train of thought cut off, I reply by instinct. Coming. It's well into the night, but the police station is still a bright hub of teeming of activity. Kazematsuru says nothing as we walk, and neither do I. I simply follow behind her, head bowed. I lose track of how many times I falter. Just as I'm about to speak, Kazematsuru suddenly stops walking. Oh! Whoa. I freeze, startled. Standing in front of us is a youth. He looks quite young and remarkably haughty. His feet are firmly planted, squarely blocking our way. So you found more cannon fodder, Captain Kazematsuru? Oh, she does not like this guy. If I still had any doubts as to this youth's identity, his hostile greeting has cleared those up. Kazematsuru folds her arms. Even without seeing her face, I can hear the chill in her voice. That's none of your business, Kijimoto. This sort of provocation would work better on my father, if you could even see him in the first place. Your little brother is old enough to come stay with my main family now, isn't he? I've heard all about that boy's gifts, even here in Tokyo. How's that going? Getting worried yet? The youth's pale face gradually floods with red. I can hear the grinding of the gnashing of his teeth. His nostrils flail and quiver, and his hands and his sides ball tight into fists. It's the picture of swelling fury, but under Kazematsuru's stare, he can't keep his voice from quaking. Is that supposed to scare me? He's just a little brat, and the main family still hasn't named you as heir. Isn't that because of your screw-up? You think you're any better off than me? I frown. No matter what, he's taking things a bit too far. It's obvious that he doesn't intend to let us go anytime soon. But Officer Kazematsuru, who is he? I briefly skim through the roles I've played before and let my brow furrow more perceptively. Just be a bigger brat? True. Are all the police in this precinct so rude and so determined to waste other people's time? What a shame. The officer looks like a competent enough sort, but clearly he just puts on a good show. And I can't make heads or tail of his babbling. It's a little alarming. Maybe he should go to the hospital? Whoa! Kishimoto's already flushed face takes on the even deeper hue of a drunk man. His brows shoot up and he glares daggers at me as if he's on the verge of flinging curses. The words that come hurtling from his mouth make my eardrums twinge in discomfort. And who the hell are you? Where do you get off insulting me? Me? I'm just a regular person who happens to know a few reporters and who can't get home because you're pestering me. Really? When Officer Kazematsuru invited me here to go over the situation, I never thought I'd run into something like this. If word got out, it'd give the public quite a bad impression of Ginza or even Tokyo. And where would we be then? Sure, go on about all those people you know. You're probably just some con man. Kichimoto's eyes are quivering, but his voice blares as loud as ever. He seems to be trying to regain his dignity with all this bluster. Is that so? Then how about you give Editor-in-Chief Asano a call at the Labor News? Ask him if he's heard of some fellow called Kotori Sakuma. Wait, Sakuma? Your name is Sakuma! He doesn't dare to keep speaking, or to put it another way, he's weak by nature, and as soon as anyone might be able to take him down, even if he claims not to believe it, he won't have the courage to put it to the test. Kazematsuru flings out her last words. They make Kichimoto's entire body go rigid. So you got in my way just to waste Sakuma-san's and my precious time. All this stubborn wrangling wasn't gonna make your walnut-sized brain any smarter. After so many years in Tokyo, you still haven't grown at all. It's a real shame. Also, if I let my father know that you were making a scene here, throwing your name around, disgracing the Special Investigation Division and the entire precinct, well, you'd better think through how this might hurt your chances against your brother. Ooh, scram. Get out of our way. Whoa, he waddled off, and he waddled away. Waddle, waddle. Kazematsuru waves him away brusquely. Through my right eye, I watch a flurry of pink wind send the youth reeling. He staggers back a few steps, clearing our path. As I walk past that Kichimoto-san, now cowed into silence, Kazematsuru grabs me by the arm, and we leave behind us. The very next day, waddle waddle. We walk along the street, stepping on snow compacted by countless footsteps. The scents of liquor and nightfall swirl like vapors over a cauldron. Kazematsuru easily weaves her way through one alleyway after another. If she weren't still in her uniform, I'd have no way of telling that this isn't the very same stern-faced police officer. After we cross a few more stretches of pitch-black ice, an izakaya appears before us, glowing with warm lamplight. Kazematsuru pushes open the curtain, and the aromas of tonkotsu and fried food billow out, mingled with a cloud of steam that makes my eyes sting. At the small shops, the seats and customers all seem to be crowded into close quarters. Kazematsuru leads me to a pair of seats at the corner of the bar, completely ignoring the curious glances in our direction. Salted edamame, cold tofu, and udon with meat topping. I won't be drinking. How about you? My stomach declares its hunger with perfect candor, but my brain, still stuffed full of corpses and mangled limbs, reflexively recoils from too much rich food. After some hesitation, I point at a sign that reads Tororo Udon. And barley tea. Thank you. While we're waiting for our food, Kazematsuru taps lightly on the table to draw my attention. What is it? In response, she props her head on her hand, gazing into the wispy mist that hangs over the bar. She lowers her voice. What he said. It's true. I have been keeping something from you. And now that I'm thinking about it more calmly, you have the right to know what you've been dragged into. Oh? But this is the only time I can speak honestly about it. You want to hear it? It's probably better if you know. I nod. There's no change in Kazematsuru's expression, and her tone remains the same. I doubt she saw my movement. Perhaps she just wants to say it. Where do I start? 5 years ago, right after I took charge of this division, there was a string of magical attacks in Tokyo. Victims were ambushed and abducted, and then turned into twisted, deformed monsters. They had nearly the same powers as mages who undergo complete reversion. They were highly destructive and almost immortal, and barely retained any sanity. Back then, it made a huge stir. When we tracked down the person behind all this, it turned out to be a black mage who worshipped that so-called Lord Octopteros. Lord Octopteros is just like what you've seen. 8 wings and 8 eyes, feathers like fresh snow, eyes like emeralds. There's no record of such a deity in Japan, or in any other East Asian country for that matter, so its followers are designated as a cult. But they're a cunning lot. We were fooled so many times by the false trails they laid for us. And in the end, I'm guessing they got sick of the fuss. That black mage made the first move and appeared before me and my team. She was an elderly woman, getting on in years. Kazematsuru seems to be taking a deep breath, but halfway through it turns into a sigh of resignation. The Special Investigation Division was a brand new unit. My father put the most into it, hoping to use it to restore the family's glory. With no one else stepping up, it was only natural to put me in charge. Apart from me, it was just a bunch of rookies in the government dug up. Like you, they suddenly found themselves saddled with these blessings. They didn't know the first thing about the world of mages. They weren't sharp enough, or alert enough, or ruthless enough, or strong enough. Being too soft-hearted got everyone killed, and I was the only one who barely got away. He's right about that. She laughs. Her Her face is reflected in the brown barley tea, wavering and indistinct through the layers of ripples. She, or the people backing her, they weren't the people that Kazemaru family could touch. That's when I learned what sometimes power is more useful than the magic, you know? I regret it, but what good does it do? I can't let this go. That's why no matter what, even if it means dragging innocent people into this, I have to see her dead. Whoa. I don't care if she's protected by wealth or power or the other families. If I can't make her confess her crimes in the open, I'll fall back on the older ways. Whoa! She stays perfectly calm to the very end, just as she said. But for some reason I feel as if all those turbulent emotions are roiling beneath her icy surface. The rest will give anyone nightmares. You wouldn't enjoy it. Kazematsu's voice sinks and fades. I think of Hatsuyuki's calm expression, her face that will never smile again, and the anguish of the Kotori Sakuma buried deep within my heart, wallowing in tears. The raw confession strikes a chord with me. If that explosion on the train wasn't an accident but had a culprit, I think I would do the same as her. Ooh. You told me before that all I have to do is find them or wait for them to get in touch and then give you the information. That's right. And the rest, all that dangerous stuff, I'll handle it. It's got nothing to do with you. So at least you don't have to feel guilty about me. You've got a real sharp tongue, you know. A few moments later, the piping hot food is served. Okay, enough of that. Time to eat. Kazematsuru jabs her chopsticks into the noodles and stirs, releasing a cloud of dense fragrance. I look down as well. The tororo udon sitting before me exudes the refreshing scent of seafood, making me hungry. The yam of the tororo is a cluster of pale white fluff like a miniature cloud. I put a few strands of noodles into my mouth. The broth is steaming hot with just the right amount of salt. The flavor which soaks into my tongue is a mild but satisfyingly rich sweetness. An udon, like any other noodle, is so soft under the layer of tororo that it splits at the slightest touch. It goes down easily, gliding smoothly through my whole mouth and throat, filling my hollow stomach, soothing my uneasy heart. It's as if my turbulent emotions can find some brief rest here. The events at the police station sent me out of the mourning I was submerged in. Now I should have the courage to tell everyone what happened today. This shop really is the best. I'm finally warming up a bit. How about you? What do you think? Kazematsuru's food practically disappeared in the blink of an eye. She elegantly dabs at her lips, drains her cup of barley tea, and then begins to peel the edamame, making a little pile of the shells in the saucer. The taste and smell are both fine. So are the portions. When she hears this, her eyes crinkle and she lets out an unrestrained bark of laughter. What a posh young master we have here. It's okay, no one's gonna complain if you can't finish. I hadn't expected her to pick that up on that, but... Anyway, thank you for the treat. Politely decline Kazematsuru's offer to send me back to the truth. Cinching my coat tight, I hurry back before the warmth fades and the snow starts again. Why does the MC look like a tired Yakuza boss? He kinda does. I kinda see what you mean. Might just be my imagination, but the snow lining the street seems unusually bright tonight. When I turn into the narrow alley, what awaits me is a serene hush. The floorboards creak as I push the door open. Snow outside is still thin on the ground. In contrast, the shadows and the silence pull deep and dark within the room. It's completely still, as if no one is here. Why are the lights out? Kazuya? Not a single sound stirs in the house. Only the dull thud of my voice against the floorboards. Weird. It's been a whole day. He should be done with the investors by now. I think something's up. We sure did get beat up by probably our relatives. Kazuya? I have to talk to you. Are you there? I raise my voice a little, but there's still no reply. Naniwa-kun? Ratani-kun? Miyako-san? Silence diffuses through the empty house, washing over my face with waves of darkness. Behind me lie the doorway and lamplight, still within reach. The vicious tendrils of fear are growing, snaking their way up my ankles. The faint unease that lurked in my heart since the police station finally swells, its bestial maw gaping wide enough to swallow me whole. I pray silently to every god I can think of, but fate responds with unjust malice. In this darkness, I spy something on the floor. A jumbled pile of shapes slumped over like sacks stuffed with cotton and straw. My stomach, which had barely settled, clenches again at this absurdly blatant prank. The faint scent of snow from outside has already dissipated in this room's warmth. As I shuffle forward, what reaches my nose instead is a hint of rust. A bitter, salty, sweet whiff of metal. Ooh, fuck. I fumble for the light switch. I flick it on. What sears itself into my sight is a sea of familiar faces, sprawled on the floor, motionless. Naniwa, who bumped into me when I got out of the car, now lies quietly in a corner. Kasuya's briefcase is next to him. He's as ghastly pale as the lifeless Hatsuyuki, as everyone else lying here. People whom I know so well, with whom I spent every day for a year or even longer. It's like they've all conspired to stage a cruel joke. But no matter how I shake their limp bodies, I can't summon those familiar voices. The floor at the foot of the stairs is stained with dark splotches. In the lamplight they gleam a baleful crimson, almost black. I've lost track of how I push my way into each room. At first I still harbored a sliver of hope, just enough to knock and wait for a possible response. But the silence spreads like a pestilence, peeling away that mannered facade of self-deception. Absolute silence drives one mad, and the blaze roaring through my heart almost sears away the last thread tethering me to sanity. My body seems to act of its own accord. All I can muster are ragged breaths so loud and harsh that they drown out the deafening silence. Behind so many doors lie the dead, scattered everywhere I look, bodies limp like puppets with severed strings. Opening each door is like unveiling a cruelly made diorama. I loll on the beds, fingers still clasping books that now sink into the soft carpet. Their bodies are grotesquely wedged between Baroque chairs and desks, contorted into arcs worthy of a dancer. Jeez, I wonder what would have happened if we went back to the troupe first. That's crazy. The heavy, turbulent sweetness of rotting fruit now spreads unchecked. It seeps through the corridor, mingling with the aromas of fresh-cut flowers and welcoming incense, while swallowing my almost frozen brain until it's fit to burst. I mechanically inspect the rooms one by one, growing numb to finding bodies behind every door. Maybe I'm no different from the mythical Grim Reaper who claims a life with every door he opens. What torments me most of all is that I can't find Kazuya. Before I know it, I've moved from the first to the third floor. The interval seems to have vanished into some monstrous maw. When I regain my senses, my hand is already resting on the final doorknob. The room I fled from last night. Why is this happening? Who's so determined to rob me of the only people I have left? The only people I love? It's pitch black inside the room. The blinds are drawn so tightly that not even a sliver of moonlight peeks through. Only the acrid odor of disinfectant fills the air. I grope across the wall for a while before finding the switch. With a crisp click, everything I once imagined and prayed would never come true is laid bare beneath the sterile white light, gleaming with a spectral chill. The operating table is draped in a creased pale green gauze, marked with old but still conspicuous bloodstains. This is not something a theater troupe normally has. Those surgical tools that once carved and stitched flesh now lie quiescent in a tray, and atop the stack of gauze rests a small lump of something soft and rancid. Limp, spongy, and bitter to the taste. Did you taste it? Bro? What? Did he eat it? Easily ground to small pieces by teeth. On Jack. Maybe he didn't eat it, maybe he just recognized it, but I was still like, bro, did you eat it? My arm itches. As I shift, a feather falls from my sleeve. I have no idea when it got in there. A feather with an emerald green shaft and a dazzling white plume. It's a lot like that monster's feather. Strangely enough, I feel no fear. Bro, it's taste testing. Don't do that! I doubt it matters much compared to everything before me. Calling this an operating room would be a stretch. The space is cramped. A single turn of the head and a flick of the eyes makes an unpleasant truth abundantly clear. There's no one here. This is probably where Hatsuyuki lay and was cut open over and over. As far as I can make out, the room has been tidied. There's almost no remaining trace of who the other person might have been. Besides the operating table stands a medicine cabinet. It's full of bottles and jars, all labeled with printed tags. Opening the cabinet, I turn the labels toward me one by one. I mostly find glass bottles marked as alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, and formalin. One test tube, half full of a transparent liquid, is devoid of any label, except a tiny trace of glue that wasn't quite peeled off. The test tube is corked tight. After a struggle, I manage to pry it open, and I will come to regret this 1,000 times over. Oh? Smell? Why this of all things? The yellowed test tube gushes that cloying reek of rotting fruit. As I return to the first floor, my steps feel weightless, like I'm walking on clouds. I've come unmoored from reality. Why did I never realize? There were so many seams showing, so much that could have given it away, but I just kept blundering around like a fool. All I did was squander the life they had left and snuff out their burning candles. Absolutely nothing to show for all that wasted time. Sleepy, hello! Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Stardust Bunny raid. I hope you had a great stream, Sleepy. How were the demos you were playing? I know it's getting late, and I'm sure you have school stuff going on, so if you need to hop away, don't feel like you gotta stick around. But for everyone else, if you didn't know me, hello! My name's Aqua Sereni. I'm a mermaid VTuber who traded her brain cells for legs. Tonight I'm playing some demos as well. I'm playing some Taisho Romance Theater tonight, alongside some other stuff for the Choose Wisely Festival, which, yes, Sleepy was also part of! Thank you, Sleepy. Always good to get a raid from a fellow streamer for the festival. I hope you've been having fun with it. Hope you've been having a good time. The protagonist of this game is not having fun. He's not having a good time. All of his friends are dead. His entire theater troupe's dead. It's kind of rough out here. And just to see all the reviews people have, yeah, there's a lot of very interesting stuff for the festival. It's a lot of fun. I'm really, really enjoying, like, everything I've checked out so far. It's cool to have an opportunity to see so many different indie games like this. It's good to see Mr. Indigo and Mapofu and Hazel! Wonderful, wonderful to have y'all in here for what I'm assuming is the climax of this demo. Whether it was an accident or deliberate, as I stand in this house that lies silent as a tomb, I know I cannot forgive whoever caused this, and myself for standing by and watching it happen. The air bears down on me, heavy with dark emotions. I seem to be teetering on the edge of a precipice. If only I could change all of this. Right, I still have my magic. My magic, I can... Summoning every scrap of strength within me, I open my mouth and force the air out between my lips. Everyone is alive. Nothing happens. Everyone in the Emerald Eye Troop survived the train crash. I'm swallowing a ball of scorching flame. The heat hovers in my skull, incinerating my brain, my tongue, my vocal cords, but tragically, wretchedly, there's nowhere for it to go. Ever since I found out about magic, there's been a hidden reservoir of pride in my heart, but now it only rises to suffocate me. Oh man, nothing is happening. Naniwa Harubut, Aburatani, and Miyako are still lying there, motionless. They must be long dead, even longer than I realized. Far too long to bring them back. I want to weep, but my tear ducts have been seared dry as well. I unfasten Naniwa's clothes, my numb fingers don't quite obey. The buttons slip through my fingers twice, staying stubbornly lodged in the buttonholes. Oh man. It takes me about 3 minutes, or maybe 5. I've lost track. Time crawls by as if my sheer focus is slowing to a halt. Cleaning off the heavy winter clothes reminds me of what I've read in books, about the engrossing process of preparing winter bamboo shoots. And when my fingers make contact with the cool, yielding skin, what comes to mind is the cream I smear on my face for stage makeup, slick and warming quickly with body heat. Oh, there are no bamboo shoots and no fragrant creams. Only burn marks, lacerations, raw, oozing flesh hidden beneath long sleeves and running across the abdomen. Scars from repeated slicing and stitching. Man, was like everyone in the theater troupe, like, yeah, already dead? That's all I see. That alone is enough. I'm seized by an inexplicable urge to laugh out loud, but my lips refuse to curl into a smile. How unbecoming of a skilled actor to not be able to command his muscles. My eyes are still steaming. I keep them wide open, not a single tear escapes. So that's how it is. So I was the only one fooled by you all this whole time. I wish you could still talk, then you could tell me what happened. I don't need you to look after me, I just wanted you all to be alive and well. I address Naniwa again. Nearby, Kazuya's briefcase lies askew. Its leather strap has been snapped and the buckle is split open, revealing a small crack stained with fresh blood. I wipe it with my sleeve, but it won't come off. The interior of the briefcase glitters with the same blue patterns I've seen before, and it abruptly occurs to me that something is off. These are traces of magic. But it seems that everyone was a living corpse, just like Hatsuyuki. So why is it that, apart from Kazuya's briefcase, my right eye can only see a spotlessly clean room? What? Once I break out in a cold sweat. Did someone come back here? I try to fasten the buckle and lift it. The briefcase is light, almost too light, but it's clearly smashed beyond repair. The fragile hinges can't bear the weight. It bursts wide open, both halves swinging in the air. A photo frame hits the ground, its thud muted by the soft carpet. Apart from that, the briefcase is completely empty. The exposed lining is a dull black which seems to swallow all the glaring brightness that overwhelms me. Even the patterns of light go dim within this blackness. That's all? What is this? I flip the frame right side up. Sealed behind the pristine glass is a photograph. This photograph. Group photo of the troupe. One I have no memory of. Everyone is beaming widely. The meadow and unfamiliar wildflowers behind them look so soft even in the monochrome hues. Taken spring 1918. How did everything change in just one day? I wipe the dust off the glass with my clothes and hands, but my fingers tremble so much that even gripping the smooth frame feels like lifting an impossibly heavy boulder. Wiping it is grueling and it still seems just as dirty to me. I scrub until my stiff fingertips start to ache. Only then does it look a little cleaner. What should do? I splay the briefcase across my lap and replace the polished photo frame inside. Soft velvet lining grazes my fingers and snakes them, slowly drawing them deeper and deeper. That feeling surges through my veins again, the familiar sensation that something is pulling me toward it. The next instant, the world dissolves in a whirl. Damn, we got a dip. Oh, jeez. Darkness devours my vision. I'm seized by a brief, unrelenting weightlessness that scrambles every thought in my mind, leaving me dizzy and reeling, too feeble to even vomit. At last, a pinpoint of light pierces the veil of darkness, and I feel something cold and hard beneath me. It seems that this storm-tossed vessel has finally drifted to a halt. I'm lying on a damp stone surface. Air is thick with the scent of moss and soil after rain. Vast rock faces tower on either side of me. Their lower reaches are studded with ancient torches. Hey, the meaty Eli! Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Nice to meet you, nice to meet you. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're doing well. Alright. On the higher cliffs loom crude carvings of massive figures, their features long since worn away by the elements. Oh, the yelling cat, that sure is a mood right now. I think that's how our protagonist Kotori's feeling on the inside. I think that's how he's feeling inside right now. I strain my eyes, peering upwards. All I can see is a narrow strip of sky wedged between the cliff faces, extending endlessly beyond sight. Some dim light trickles down, but even combined with the torches, these depths remain shrouded in darkness. Every cranny is filled with the flickering of shadows of boulders. What's going on? Where am I? I struggle to my feet. My clothes are sodden with muddy water. It feels unpleasant, even disgusting. Still, I have no choice but to keep them on against the fleeting gusts of wind. After taking a look around, I'm almost certain this is the atelier Kazumatsuru was talking about. I remember I was touching Kazuya's briefcase. My confusion deepens. Kazuya has always had that briefcase ever since my memories began afresh. Could he and Hatsuyuki both be hiding something from me? I think they were all hiding something from you, dude. No, I need to get out of here first, then ask him. He has to know something. I take a few tentative steps forward. I can keenly feel the puddles and moss slick beneath my feet, clinging to my soles, ready to send me sprawling if I put a foot wrong. Yeah, the escalation goes crazy in this one. As I follow the line of torches, now and then something briefly obscures the light overhead. When I look up, I catch sight of shadows, minuscule or massive. Or sometimes it's a ripple of emerald green flickering from light to dark. I gaze at that swath of green, the tugging sensation growing stronger. My heart is pounding so hard it almost bursts out of my chest, until the color finally fades away. It's not at all like the labyrinth of dangers Kaze Matsudo described. This space belongs to Kazuya, and just like him, it simply listens in silence to the echo of my footsteps. I'm not sure how long I walked before a sprawling mass of boulders blots out the strip of sky. Before me appears a plain white torii gate, flickering with blue light like a burning flame. It softly beckons to me, silently inviting my touch. My pulse and breath both quicken. That translucent blue seems to be reeling my heart in. I step towards it and a familiar dizziness washes over me once again. Oh, so you're back. I've been looking all over for you, whom's? Sakuma-kun, Sakuma-kun, wakey wakey, sleeping on the floor is bad for you. Hello? Who is this? Voice drifts into my ears, distant but crystal clear. Yeah, right, this is just the demo. That's crazy. Oh, you're finally awake! I open my eyes. The first floor is completely transformed. Bodies strewn on the ground have all vanished, as have the bloodstains. Everything is spotless under the bright lamplight as if nothing ever happened. A familiar figure stands before me, blocking most of the lamp's glare. The briefcase which was in my lap now dangles from their hand. The strap and buckle are still broken, but somehow the case is neatly clasped shut. Hamuro-sensei? What are you doing here? Oh, the playwright! I was planning to have a chat with Mochizuki-kun about a few things. But when I got here, yikes! That scared the living daylights out of me. When I came back, there you were. How'd you fall asleep sitting here? And opening Mochizuki-kun's briefcase? Really shouldn't do that. Yeah, our boss, but this is like suspicious. I wasn't asleep. Where did they all go? You mean the children? I've taken them to a safe place. Don't worry, those pesky little flies won't come buzzing around anytime soon. Flies. Ah, so Hatsuyuki is with those people. That's a bit tricky, but it's not really our problem. They'll probably say she dropped dead from acute illness or something. They always do. The point is that neither you nor the troop will have anything to do with it. What did you say? You know what happened to everyone, don't you? Tell me, I need... Before I can get my words out, Hamura-sensei swiftly cuts me off with a smile. What they say next makes my hair stand on end and drives all my questions out of my mind. But more importantly, there's something you need to know. Kazuya's in the hospital. What? When I showed up, he was just here, right where you were sitting. Looks like somebody really roughed him up. He was so worn out he couldn't even talk to me, poor thing. I don't trust you at all. I had business with him, but alas, he doesn't play along as nicely as you do. I just couldn't wake him up, so I had to take him to the hospital first. Yeah, our boy! You want to go visit? The doctor said he'll probably be asleep all day, so be sure to keep it down. Where is he? Not too far from here. Let me think. Yes, it was the Tokyo Chike Hospital, room 201. If you're going, I won't see you out, but you won't be bringing this along. Just tell Kazuya I borrowed it. Hey, Kazu, thank you for the stretch and the thirsty. Always good to get a little thirsty routine with all this reading. As Hamuro speaks, they give the briefcase a little shake. A smile is vivid on their face. I haven't even had any room to think, but I can't dwell on all this now. Got it. Goodbye then. No, they're clearly suspicious. Oh, by the way, I've never been inside. Let me know when you have a moment. How's the view in the case? We not gonna think about that more? Hamuro has to know something. Yeah, let's go question them. Get it. Kazuya's situation comes first. I don't know, man. It's not good, but I'm like, As for Hatsuyuki and the troop, I'll bring that up later, once he's awake. It's not far to the station. The bright streets are bathed in moonlight, and the snow's piled high on both sides of the road, reflecting the glow of the street lights. Thank you for the head pats and my rice nice. I know I'm sitting here begging Kotori to ask some more questions or say more things. As I keep gazing, everything slowly gains an illusory quality. I'm slipping further and further away from this nighttime scene. My eyes start to sting, a sign of impending pain. It's such a cold night, rickshaws are sparse. I stand next to the streetcar sign. The icy wind whips through the hollows of my bones, whisking away any trace of warmth. This blast of cold is much needed. That, or perhaps certain other things, is helping to cool my head. I pull my collar tight. My shoes crunch on the thick snow. The stop gradually comes into view on a nearby street. My footsteps grow slower and slower as I walk. There are just too many doubts swarming chaotically in my brain. Hamuro said that Kazuya was resting at the hospital. He should have gotten to rest a long time ago. Not like this. So that must have some connection to the mage who made living corpses. Just how much do they know about the train derailment, or rather, what on earth am I thinking? I can't keep dwelling on this. Night has fallen over the streets of Ginza. There are far fewer pedestrians out after dark than during the day, but still a livelier scene than you'd find in any other city. Storefront gas lamps blaze in the darkness, throwing the brand new Western-style facades into sharp relief. The streetcar's taking its time. I stare at the pale snow before me, sinking into a reverie. Then the entry curtain of a nearby shop swings open. A wave of warmth issues forth, especially pronounced in this winter night. The cold wind carries an unfamiliar voice to my ears. It's a young woman speaking in a tone familiar from so many meetings with investors. Her voice is strained with a myriad of suppressed emotions, but she's still doing her best to be scrupulously polite. Too much? Oh no, not at all. I only had a drop. Just here is fine. My driver's waiting nearby. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you'll consider what we discussed earlier, about the middle school. Man, I turn and see several young men and women stepping out of the shop, smiling with cool distance that is instantly recognizable. After exchanging the typical farewell pleasantries, they don their coats and depart in 2s and 3s. The last remaining person is a woman dressed in a pink suit. I like her hat, it is cute. As soon as the others have left, the smile vanishes from her face. Her lips curl downward and her brows furrow in slight dissatisfaction. The wariness she now exudes is at odds with her age and her elegant outfit. She scrubs her hands across her face, exhaling a cloud of white breath. I look away, putting these strangers and their seemingly less than pleasant drinking party out of my mind. Car still isn't here. I hear someone trudging through the snowdrifts, their footsteps heading toward me in fits and starts. Oh? Soon the woman's voice I heard earlier speaks again, now right behind me. Are you waiting for the streetcar? At this hour it's going to be a while. I turn. The woman lifts the brim of her hat slightly to reveal her face. Her bearing is dignified as she stands before me, scanning my haggard visage with her wary but bright eyes. Dane. I have absolutely no recollection of that face. You're Kotori Sakuma, aren't you? It's a declaration. She speaks with her arms folded, her slender brows knitted once again, as if her stare might bore right through me, into the snowy landscape at my back, and all the way to the streetcar some unfathomable distance away. I'm sorry, do I know you? Her next words catch in her throat, and her eyes fly open wide. I can practically see, so it's true, and it wasn't a lie after all, written across her every feature. Are you serious? Never mind. I'm Yayoi Sakurai. For chapter 4, you say? Sakurai. Do you know the guy who makes Smash Brothers? And Kirby? Off the top of my head, the only thing that name brings to mind is the Sakurai family. Or more accurately, corporation. They hopped on board the Meiji Restoration a few decades ago and made a fortune in textiles and foreign trade. But compared to other influential or well-connected families, the Sakurai family, while well-endowed with eye-watering wealth, lacked what was truly important to the upper class: a pedigree. She scrutinizes my expression before slowly parting her lips again. Yes, that's right, one of those Sakurai. I rack my brains, but I can't remember having run afoul of a fine young lady like this, and I don't think the troupe has ever received any related investments. Sakurai pinches the sleeves of her suit. They're studded with the pair of sapphire cufflinks that flash in the lamplight. The jewel's hues glow clear in the golden settings, and they scintillate bright as flame. And, I am looking at the time. I did want to try and do at least one more game tonight. So I'm thinking, especially because this demo, it keeps going, man. There's a lot to it. So we might call Taisho Romance Theater here, while it's still a good time to. I'm gonna BRB a couple minutes to set up our next game, so we have at least 3 games tonight that we can get at least a little bit into. This one's been very interesting though. I've been enjoying it a lot, and it's one I could definitely see myself coming back to finish the rest of the demo of. As always, if you guys are interested, here is the link to it on Steam if you would like to check it out for yourselves. Yeah, this demo's got a lot going on, which is normally awesome, but I'm like, okay, I don't think I should expect to try and finish this one in the middle of my marathon. I want to play at least one more game tonight. So, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes, and I will see you guys then. Hopefully this won't be too long.